Jet set and ready to go.
You're just gonna go live without any notice?
Hello, friends. Welcome in. How are you today? I feel like I'm about to sneeze, but that's okay. We're gonna push through it. Welcome in. Let me double check that everything is working, and then we will begin. In the meantime, how are you? What have you been up to? Oh, there we go. Let me see. Let me see. Alright. there. This goes here. Alright, hold on. Okay, I think we're good. Hold on. Also, does this still work? It doesn't. Okay. Or does it? It might. How is the music right now for you guys? At this level? Too quiet? Too loud? What are your thoughts? Let's go ahead and pop over here. Welcome in, everybody. How are you today? Brad, you're first. Welcome in, Brad. Emmers. Welcome in, Emmers. How are you? And Brad, thank you so much for resubscribing for 21 months. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yes, I am going to go live without any notice. I have to keep you guys on your toes somehow. And this is just my way of doing so. And also, Jonzo, welcome in. I'm glad that you're enjoying the Pokemon Live video. It's very good. It's actually from Jenny Nicholson's Patreon. She has a ton more videos that are not on her main channel that are just Patreon exclusives. So if you like that, you may want to think about subscribing to her Patreon. I think I'm not paying very much for it. But there's like every month there's like a really long video that she does, just about. I think she's had to skip a few months, but it's very good. So I hope you're enjoying it. This taste of the Patreon, because it's super good. Chill, welcome in. How are you? It's all right. Okay, good. I feel like we used to do. This is currently minus 12 decibels. We used to do minus 14. But then I feel like some people said it was too quiet. Oops. And then, but then when I would go to the VODs, I'd be like, this is so loud. It's competing with my voice. So I'm trying to find where it's like a happy middle ground, where it's like, you can hear the music, but it's not overwhelming. And, it's not like at a, I want the music to be there. I don't want it to be like the main feature, right? Like it's more of like just kind of so we're not sitting here in silence if I'm thinking or whatever. But chill, how are you? Vacation mode, Brad is on point. When how long are you on vacation for? Oh, I am blasting off to Patreon now. Perfect. It's so good. There's a couple of follow-up Star Wars hotel videos, Evermore videos, like a ton of stuff. Turn everything up and yell more. Yeah, that'll do it. I think the problem is also with a lot of these songs, it does change very drastically. Like sometimes, like the last song was very slow and whatever. This one's like a little bit more, so like this one might be competing more. I don't know. I go back after the weekend. Nice. Have you been enjoying your vacation? I'm fine just playing some card games. Oh, what kind of card games? Side note, everybody. I have to just show this off again for those that didn't see. But this side duck that John's own Punch Lasers peep sent me is just so amazing. And last night, so there were like some like manufacturers like little scuff marks on there was like one on this side of the head and like on the arm. And I was like, I want to clean this, but I don't know how. And so I went and I started searching, and I found the way that I was able to clean it up. Most people recommended just soap and water. That did not work for me. I'm sure there's some that works fine, but then they were like, if that doesn't work, try this. They're like, just be careful with this. They said to get some like isopropyl. Is that right? Like some alcohol. There you go. And with like a Q-tip, go in and just like touch up the places. Rubbing alcohol, yeah. And so, but they said to be careful because if you overdo it, you can like mess up the paint and whatever. So I took some rubbing alcohol, mixed it with water just to like dilute it even more. Went in, got rid of all the little like, there were just like some black I forget what they called it on the forums that I was looking at, but it's like, it's very common when you buy a statue that sometimes it'll come with little like marks on it. They're usually like from the printing process or whatever, or packaging and whatnot. So I was able to clean it up. It's perfect. I didn't overdo it. It's so good. And I just keep staring at the Psyduck. Like, I'll just be working and I'll look down and I'll be like, look at that little guy. It's so fun. Legends of Runeterra, very cool. Very, very cool. I've never, I've never played Legends of Runeterra. A side note, Emmers, I played a couple of ARAMs yesterday for the first time in... I don't even remember when the last time I stopped. Before that, I went into the practice tool to try out some of the new champions that I hadn't played. I didn't unlock all of them because I consider my account an ARAM account. So I don't want them messing up my pool of legends so much. Aurora is cool. I don't think I'm good with her yet. I played a match as her. I think I could see myself playing her more often. I definitely made some mistakes though as her. I really like Melio. Is that his name? I feel like he's a very fun support. I feel like I could see myself playing as him, even though I don't play supports often. Yeah, man, welcome in. How's it going, Emilio?
Is this a murder? Or am I hearing yes?
Hey, Kitty. Yeah, Emilio seemed fun. I don't play support very often, but because we had talked about teaching Raph how to play League of Legends. I think he would do well as an ADC. I think he would have fun like that. And I think having him in a lane with somebody else would be fun. So I was like, I should have a good support. And I feel like Melio would be a good support to have him there. I also think it'd be Emmers. What is, in your opinion, and anyone else who plays League? I forget who all plays League. Who would you say are like the best starting off ADCs for like a new player? I was thinking, so Ashe for sure. I think you start off with Ashe unlocked, if I'm correct. Kind of like after that, like after the first introduction, who would you say to unlock? Also, I love this song. I have moved this to like a normal playlist. I don't know, it's like very simple, but I love it. Jinx, Kate. These are the two that I thought of. I kind of thought maybe even Jhin, maybe. He's like a little bit different, but like not too wildly so, I guess. The only thing that may be difficult is his ult, I think might really throw him off. Not Jhin? You don't think Jhin? It's good to know. Want a little hard, go for Ezra. I don't think I want to go hard. Because Raph doesn't play games like this. Jin is difficult. Okay, so never mind. I won't suggest Jin. I was definitely thinking Jinx. Also because I was thinking I could maybe get him playing Jinx. Then I can maybe convince him to watch Arcane, which then might maybe get him to play more League. Jin doesn't have a good escape. That's a good point. Okay, yeah, I guess Jinx does. Well, that's just as good as Jinx, I feel like. He has that slow. If you, like, time the little, like, trap right, throw it down maybe where you're running. Yeah. I guess he relies to his traps more, yeah. It depends. It depends. But I definitely wanted to think of something that was, like, simple, but I think... Yeah, Jinx might be a good way, maybe Kate. I'm not good with Kate. So the thing is that I didn't necessarily want to suggest Kate because I wouldn't really be able to tell him, like, how to play Kate better. I'm terrible with her. I've never been good. I don't think I have her unlocked on my account because every time that I have played her, I've done just terrible. I don't get her. I don't really play too many ADCs, but I do not get how she works. And Refix, welcome in. How's it going? Like, you need to hit the champ first before you can... Yeah, that's a good point. That's fair. I just like Jin's traps, and I think once you like build, get a few items in, and he starts speeding around, it's fun. That's fun to me. I think having like, I thought the part that would be like good for a new player is like learning or like he has the, you know, on the fourth hit it always crits. So I thought like that's kind of like a neat mechanic, but that might be too complicated. Too much to bear. Welcome in. I don't know if you saw. I was gonna mention this again. There's a new global emote. It's Smokey the Bear. It's only you, which is fantastic. Full attack speed Jin is Earth. And yeah, it is Sonic. I love that. Jin and Earth is very fun. I agree. What else? Oh, but I really like Jinx. I actually do pretty well with Jinx. And so I was like, okay, if I suggest Jinx, then I would be able to give pointers potentially. But like Kate, no. Ashe is pretty like good all around, so like I feel like I do well with Ashe sometimes. Mundo and Earth is a walking. I don't like Mundo. He's another character that I don't like. I don't have him unlocked. Not a fan. I love Smokey the Bear. Incredible. You guys can use the only you whenever someone redeems like Burn It All Down and stuff. That'll be great. I don't do well with tanky champions. I have Garen unlocked. Maokai I have unlocked, but I don't do good with him. Can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked at my champions, but no thank you. Atrox? Not a chance. I have played him a few times, absolutely hate him. I cannot stand. I will dodge if I get him in ARAM. If nobody will trade with me, I will dodge because I cannot play as him. Absolutely not. Chill, I don't know if you know this, Teemo's my favorite. I pretty much, I do well with Teemo and some mages. And that's it. That's really my bread and butter.
Welcome back.
Oh, welcome in. How are you? Good to have you. Thank you so much for the 15 months. Appreciate it, friend. How's it going? Lurking while doing some kids' bedtime, so can't hear, but I hope you're doing well. I'm waving at you. Teemo's a menace in top. I totally hate it as my lane opponent. That's totally fair. Do you have all of Teemo's skins? I do. Yes. I don't have every chroma, or do I? No, I don't think I have every chroma. Because I think for some of the skins, I only bought the ones that I was like, I'm only going to use these two. Like, I don't want any of these. Though I think well, actually, no, maybe I probably own most of his chromas because they did every once in a while that like Blue Essence shop where it was just like all of his chromas were, you could just get it for Blue Essence instead of like the money. So I might have a bunch of his, but yeah, I have every Teemo skin. I wanted to try the like, not rework, but the new update. I am glad that they did not really change Omega Squad Teemo at all, pretty much. They fixed something, which was nice. His auto attack has been off on that skin for a very long time. But they fixed it, so that's good. I actually think I'm not like the biggest fan of the redo. I think some things are great. Some things I like, some things I don't like about it, but should play some Spellbook with Emers and I. We should. I saw that it was there. I still like Urf more. But or ARAM. I just was doing ARAM because I was like, I need to get back into how you even play this game. There's also so many new items that I have no idea what they do. So I've just been like basically just looking at the recommended and being like, I guess. I don't know what this does. The item that if you damage somebody with your ult, it creates like a little area of damage around them. That confuses me a little bit. Also, I feel like I don't know. There's a lot of visual clutter in the game. I'm realizing. Urf is bad? Oh my goodness. That is a wrong opinion. Malignance, that's what it is, yeah. I wonder how that works with Teemo. I wonder if that would be a good item to build on him. What was I gonna say? Can snowball? Yeah, but I kind of like that because I feel like either the other team snowballs and the game is over, which is fine, or you snowball, and that's wonderful. That's a great feeling. I like that. I don't know. I love the like low cooldowns on everything. I love it. Spellbook is like interesting, but like I don't know if I love it. What was I gonna say though? Yeah, there's so many items I have no idea what they do. Hui creates so much visual noise. I don't like playing against him. Or really even having one on my team. I think it's honestly kind of confusing sometimes if it's like something that's about to damage me or not. I've like dodged multiple times. Like I see something happening below me and I end up like trying to get out of the way and then realize, oh wait, no, that's actually our team. Yeah, that and the 10 abilities. I did unlock Hui because I was like, oh, a mage. And I remember seeing the video when he came out and was like, oh gosh, there's so many. Caffeine Kangaroo, welcome in. I like both of those things. So welcome in. I remember seeing him when he unlocked, or when he was released, and seeing that he had so many abilities, but I was like, I don't even know how this works. I should see what this is actually like. And yeah, that's a lot. I hope I get confused with what? Yeah, exactly. It took me also forever to realize, like, reading the skills, like the skill pop-up, because it lists like, okay, here's Q, and then here's 3 different things underneath it. And so I was like, okay, wait, does that mean, how does this work? I'm very confused. So it took me a second to learn, like, okay, so that's Q, and then it's QWE listed under that. Lorelei, welcome in, how are you? So it was, it's a lot, but, yeah, I hope. So what'll be nice is, I mean, when I'm teaching Raph, aka Official Ross, how to play League, we're gonna do just a lot of like bots versus, or you know, like versus AI. Hopefully by doing that, it'll like get him used to some of the basic stuff, because I think like throwing him in and then having like, I don't know, there's just so much visual noise and clutter with some of the new abilities and skins and stuff, so I don't know. There were a few times where I was like, while I was playing last night, where I was like, who is that? Like I didn't pay attention. Oh, I will point something out. This won't affect most of you, but I'll tell you, it's really dumb. Apparently this has been happening on Macs for a very long time with playing League. When you load into a game, if you were using a Bluetooth headset, the sound is like slow. Like it's slower. It's like not in sync, and everything is pitched down. So it is like the sound is coming in at a slower rate. Apparently that's been happening on Macs for like at least 2 to 3 years. But Riot hasn't fixed it in that time. So every match, I have to tab out of the game, disconnect the Bluetooth, then reconnect the Bluetooth
ready to go.
headset,
Renewing
and then it
my
works.
jetpackpaul loyalty card for the 30th month.
Playing games on a Mac, they still haven't fixed that. They haven't. The new AI is really well made. I'll have to. It's been a while since I've played an AI match. I'll have to check that out, and hopefully that'll be good for Ross. And Vix, welcome in. Thank you so much for the 30 month streak. I appreciate it. Playing games on a Mac, but League of Legends has been out on Mac for a very long time, but it's an issue that I guess has been around for years, but they still have not fixed it. People have had to like come up with workarounds to get it to work, and it's like someone created like a script that's basically like every time like you connect to a game, it basically does the disconnect reconnect for you. Like that's not a solution, so I just have been alt tabbing, changing that, and then coming back. So I don't think I wouldn't be able to like. It'd make it so difficult to stream League, so I don't think I'll be doing that, but I'll say Riot's launcher is awful. It seems that way. It's probably just because it's a fairly old game now. When they did that update, like it did get a little bit better, like that huge update, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I did buy some new Teemo emotes though for in-game, because you now have so many like emote slots. Back in my day, when I last played, you only had the like 5. Now you have like 8 or something, and so I was like, the Teemo view is weird to me. I was saying there's some things about it that I like, and then some things I don't like about it. I honestly think, and I'm gonna point this out now, and you will forever see this now, his eyebrows are too thick. They made his eyebrows really like defined and thick, whereas in his old design they're very thin, and I think it looks weird. It makes his face look odd. I actually think it would fix some of what I don't like about his face. But some of the voice lines I don't like. But it's whatever. I mostly use Omega Squad Teemo. He has those sculpted eyebrows. No, it's not even that. It's just like, let me see if I can find. Show me one of the new skins. Not one of the mock-ups. I need to see like the actual skin. A quick Google search did not. Well, actually, hold on. I am a part of the Teemo subreddit. I'm sure they have Teemo talk. Where is surely somebody has a picture of. Yeah, okay. As example. Now I need an old skin. To show you in comparison to. This kind of works. It's like not a great shot of him, but whatever. So this is new Teemo. Hold on. New Teemo. I will say, like, I like it. Like, it's not bad. There's a lot of detail there. But look, in comparison, look at the eyebrows. Look how much thicker the eyebrows are. I feel like that if they were to thin them out, it would actually, I feel like I would like it a bit more. There's just something about it that I don't like. He's just getting his old man eyebrows. Maybe that's true. Eating my dinner, then I'll talk to you probably. Hey, no worries. Enjoy your dinner. Real bushy painted on eyebrows. The new Splash has more rounded eyebrows as well, instead of the rough ones that, yeah, that's also true. They were like more rough looking. But yeah, some of the new lines I don't really like. It's like also maybe like too high pitched. I feel like, and I kind of thought that whenever they did the voice for Space Groove Teemo, I thought some of those lines were also like a little too, like, not quite there. They changed voice actors for Teemo at some point. I think maybe Space Groove was the one, and the person who did Space Groove is the one who's doing the one for the like all the new lines here. I don't know if I like. I don't know. I think they kind of missed his personality a little bit. For sure, that I saw an intro. Well, in the Teemo Talk subreddit, they had a AMA. And they said, so like in his old lore, Teemo was supposed to be kind of like, he had sort of this like war veteran kind of past to him, like sort of like he kind of suffered from PTSD sort of thing, where it was like the old lore mentioned that he was very cheerful, but anytime they got into battle, it was like something switched in him, and he would kind of, his personality would shift, and he would kind of become very like even more mischievous and kind of like aggressive, I guess. They said that with this new update, they've reworked his lore, and that they got rid of that. So that's like not a part of his thing anymore. But they said like they're keeping Omega Squad, so like if you like that part of his bio or lore, that's sort of like the remnant of it. Omega Squad Teemo is my favorite anyway, so I'll be using that, which is great. I love those lines and all of that, so I'm glad none of that changed. They didn't re-record any of that, but
Welcome
anyway.
back, Skype.
Tap, welcome in, Tap. How are
Hello,
you?
hi.
Hello, hi to you. How's it going? How's work? How's life? So yeah. So anyway, Timo and Ruination is not canon anymore. Ruination. What is that? Doing all right. Chill day today. How goes it here? It's going well. It's going well. Oh, I didn't mention this. I started early today because I have something this afternoon. So I was like, I'll just start early. We'll get some gameplay in. Also, you might notice the background has changed, and that is because we had our first snow. We had our first snow Wednesday, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Yeah, so I was like, I said as soon as we had our first snow, we were gonna make the switch to the winter background. So still waiting on our first snow here. Uh-oh. Ever? But who knows what day it is? It's so true. There's no way to know. There is no way to know. Lately, I've been timing so many things with Australia stuff. Oh, gosh, I hate that. I hate that it does that. I've been timing so many things with Australia stuff that I keep getting confused what day it is. I keep thinking it's a day ahead. That's professional timing. Yeah, it was practiced. Just kidding. But this week it's still feeling warm, but looks like next week we're gonna be dropping into the 20s and stuff Fahrenheit. It's getting cold, and I'm a fan. I'm here for it. But anyway, the new visual update for Timo. I feel like it's fine. Not the biggest fan. It could be better. Maybe it'll grow on me, but I don't know. It's still going up to 19 degrees here. Yeesh, 19 Celsius. Thank you. 66. Yeesh. Right now it is 38, so 3 Celsius. Tap, I know you've been playing some Zelda. How have you been enjoying your Zelda experience? 66 would be lovely. It's 87! Yeesh! That is hot. Oh boy. I do not miss the South. It's very hot. Also, if you are from Florida, I hope you're okay. So much has happened down there. So close to that first snowfall. Oh boy. Never gets old. I just love being a goof in Hyrule. Oh, that's so fun. I'll get to Tears of the Kingdom eventually. How's that goes? It's very good. I'm very, very much enjoying it. It's very creative in a different way, but I like it. I'm enjoying it. Eventually. Next week, though, by the way, we're not playing Zelda. We will be doing, next week is Steam Next Fest. And so we're going to be playing a bunch of demos. So I hope you guys are ready for that. We will, I'm already building my list, of the ones that have been announced already that I know I want to do. But there's a bunch that I haven't seen yet, so who knows? Who even knows? So I might try to have some of those downloaded already for Monday. But we'll be doing that. I'm very excited. I think it starts on Monday. I'll have to double check. I feel like last time it started on a Tuesday, maybe. I don't know. But I'm excited for more demos. That'll be fun. We've gotten a couple of codes for some games that we'll have to play also, but there's just so much time. Or there's not much time. Now that we're getting closer to the end of the year, is there any game that stands out as your personal favorite for the year? Good question. New game? Or like just one that we've played? One that I've played. Okay. I'm going through the list. Gosh, that's such a good game. We played some very good games this year. Scrolling through this list. This is going to be difficult. What was this game? Okay. Right, and Rebirth was this year. Gosh. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to choose like a favorite. There's too many good ones. I would say we played Judgment this year too, didn't we? Was that last year? No, it was this year. That was this year. Gosh. Okay. By the way, I'm scrolling back. Our lighting was a lot brighter before, but I think this is actually more true to life. This is more what I look like. I think I'm looking at some of these thumbnails. I was like, I was overblown. Okay. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I think, was fantastic. Judgment, super enjoyed. I like your lighting now. Yeah, it's a little bit more chill, which is good, I think. Again, it's probably it's more accurate. Judgment, loved. It has made me want to play the Yakuza games. Okay, hold on. Scrolling. Chance of Sonar, incredible. Tap, if you haven't played that, I think you would. I think you would like it. It's a puzzle game, but it's very interesting. It's very well done. So I would say Chance of Sonar, incredible. I know this was not a popular one for you guys to watch. I don't think a lot of people watched me play this. But Arco, I think, is incredible. I thought it was very, very good. It's actually, and on a lot of lists, it's been listed as a Game of the Year contender because the scores are so high. But I feel like those streams had low attendance, I think. Or at least people weren't chatting anyways. So I feel like that means there was low attendance. But Arco, ARCO, very good. Loved it. The story is so good. And the mechanics of it, like the combat was fun. And I would play it again. There are like choices you can make that can change certain things. And I only played it through it once, but I would love to go back and play it eventually because I think it's incredibly good. That smile. I've had it on my wish list for a while, but haven't pulled the trigger. It's very good. Chance of Sonar is very good. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you this. Until Then has an update. They added post-credit bonus content. Interesting. I'll have to check it out. Astrobot is currently my game of the year, but we'll see if Sonic X Shadow knocks that down a peg. I watched our friend Yvy play Astrobot, and I loved watching him play it. I thought it seems like a fantastic game. I don't think I'm going to stream it now. I think after seeing him play it, I feel like I would do it a disservice. Not because of the platforming. Like, I think the platforming I would do fine. It is very much a love letter to PlayStation stuff. I did not grow up on PlayStation. well, technically my first PlayStation was a PS2, but I only bought it to play Rock Band. And I think I then played, I got a couple of other games for it. But I didn't really like get into it. I then got a PS3, and that's when I started playing more PlayStation games. But like, I have never played Ratchet and Clank or Jak and Daxter or a lot of the like older PlayStation properties. And seeing Yvie play Astrobot, you could see that like there'd be like a cameo appearance from like a game franchise, and he'd be just super hyped about it, which was very cool to see. But I was just like, I think I would do this game a disservice because I would not appreciate those things very much. And that's like, I feel like that's part of the experience. And so I think it's very fun. It looks like a very wonderful game. I think you guys would enjoy seeing it played, but I'm like, I don't know if like it would. I was like, I would not be able to do better than what I'm seeing here, so I'm just not going to stream it. I'll probably get it eventually if it's on sale or something, and I'll just play it myself, but I don't think I would stream it. I think there are better people to watch for that. Instead, you aren't thinking of streaming it. I've loved it so much. Yeah, it's a PS fan service for sure. Yeah. I saw him play all of it, so none of it would be a surprise to me anyway. So, but I don't think I would. Not the best choice for that. Are there any lingering games that came out this year that you haven't, that you've been wanting to get to but haven't yet? Well, we have some games that we're given codes for that we need to get to. Caravan Sandwich being one of those. Let me see. Let me look at a list of games that have come out this year. Surely there are. Surely there's a bunch. Let's see. I'll only say ones that I'm like, yes, I want to play this eventually. I will say Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I do want to play that eventually, but I want to get through the whole Yakuza series in order. So like, that's gonna be forever away. Oh, so I should mention Banishers, even though we haven't finished it yet, is probably on some of my favorite, on my list of favorite games we've played this year. Let's see. Lightyear Frontier, I own. We'll get to it eventually. It's currently in early access. We played the demo for it a long time ago, but I have not played the full. I purchased early access, have not played any of it because I don't like super enjoy early access games. Like, because once I get to the end of it, I feel like I don't want to go back, and so part of me is just waiting for them to add more content so that way when we get to it, I will actually play it. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Scrolling. I'm in June currently now. July. August. Concord, obviously. Oh, also Emio, the Smiling Man was very good. I didn't mention that's on this list. I loved it. So good. We'll get to Ace Attorney Investigations at some point. Let's see. Now we're looking at games that are coming out ahead. The Plucky Squire will play at some point. I have heard good things about it, but I've also heard kind of like more mixed impressions that like it's a bit too handholdy, and they like keep interrupting you with like pop-ups or I heard someone say like you start playing it and then it stops you with like a prompt and like teaching you something else or like telling you something where you just kind of want to play. So we'll play the Plucky Squire eventually, but probably when I get it on sale. Okay, October. Neva looks good. We'll probably play that at some point. Not on launch. Yesterday, not yesterday, 2 days ago, we played Windblown. We played the early access preview. I don't have early access for it, but we played the early access preview for a game called Windblown that's coming out. It's a roguelike, co-op roguelike. I had a blast with it. I played some offline after stream. The early access, though, I think releases sometime this month. That is a game that I would probably play early access of, but that makes sense because like roguelikes anyway are like you playing multiple runs of it, so like they would just add more stuff, you know? Oh, next month, Mario and Luigi Brothership. I really want to play that. Also next month, The Rise of the Golden Idol. I cannot wait to play that. For those who haven't played Case of the Golden Idol, you have about a month to play it if you'd like to then play Rise of the Golden Idol when it comes out. Highly recommend Case of the Golden Idol. Very much looking forward to the next one. And then December doesn't look like there's too many games coming out. This list is also only sort of like the bigger titles. There's a bunch of indie games that are coming out in the next little bit, but I don't have a list of those. But anyway, so that kind of gives you an idea. You probably got to finish up some of the other Ace Attorney games, yeah, for sure. And that won't happen until I hit partner. For those who weren't in the Discord, I said, if you guys want me to play Ace Attorney, you have to get me to partner. I wonder if that's something that could be patched out. I've heard similar complaints about Plucky Squire. Maybe. I kind of was thinking that, and that's why I was like, maybe if I wait, they'll maybe they'll release a mode that's like a harder mode or something that doesn't have a lot of that stuff. Like that might be nice. So I don't know. Did you get the Shrek update for Power Wash? No, I haven't actually purchased any DLCs for Power Wash yet. So I will eventually, but I won't play those really until we finish the campaign, which won't happen until I get to the end with YV. We've been, for those who don't get to watch YV streams, occasionally we do a Power Wash stream where we just chat and Power Wash on his channel. And we talked about, like, I'm helping him get through the campaign, and then he's gonna help me, I think, on the last level, because the last level takes forever. And if I can have someone help me, that'll be excellent. And then there's all the DLCs, so there's plenty to do there, but I have not played any of the DLCs. I know there's some that are for free that I have, but haven't played those. And then I have not purchased any. But there's I know I have the Lara Croft and Final Fantasy, because those are free. Then there's like a couple of story ones, but I don't have like Back to the Future or Warhammer or Shrek or SpongeBob. I think those are the main ones. I'm probably forgetting one. Back to the Future? Did I mention that? Can't remember. Anyway. But yeah, I wonder if they'll be able to patch that out, Tab. I feel like that'd be nice. I'd be down with that if they. I would be more willing to try it. So we'll see. Otherwise, it looks great. I hope they make a sequel, and like if it does well, I hope they make a sequel, and that maybe it's less hand-holding and stuff. Mike L. the Gamer, welcome in. I like to see a crossover between Splatoon and Power. That would be incredible. That would be excellent. I would love that. That'd be so much fun. I wonder how they would do that. Drop my coaster. It'd be fun to do. I guess you'd be cleaning up a lot of the like arenas. That'd be super, super fun. It's already just like all painted and stuff. I feel like the power washed gun they would try to make it look very Splatoon-y. That'd be cool. The only thing is, Nintendo would want that to be exclusive DLC. For sure, they would not let anybody, they wouldn't allow that on any platform. But that would be very cool. Oh, side note. We didn't talk about this. The Nintendo clock. For those that don't know, Nintendo released a $100 alarm clock that has it's really interesting. Alarmo, is that what it's called? It sounds fake, but I think that is what it's called, isn't it? That's why Samus wasn't in Fortnite. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, for sure. Nintendo would not allow Splatoon content on PlayStation or whatever. Sadly, I'm playing Power Wash on PlayStation. I choose to believe it's the Switch 2. That would be wild. It'd be interesting if it has some functionality with the Switch 2. They might do that. So it's a new alarm clock that it wakes you up with different sounds from some different games, but then it also as you're waking up, it senses your movement and it plays noises based on your movement, which is interesting. It is $100 plus you need a Nintendo Online subscription to continue using it, which is wild to me. That I think is. When does yours come in? I'll put it on my throne. If you guys want to get me a Mario alarm clock or a Nintendo alarm. Wait, to actually use it? Yes, you need a Nintendo Switch Online subscription to use it. I'm good. The alarm on my phone is you will know our names from Xenoblade Chronicles. That's close enough for me. Yeah, part of me is sure, my phone's not going to play Mario coin noises and stuff as I wake up, but that's fine. I think I can just choose a different theme song. Pay us if you want to wake up tomorrow. Sounds like a threat. So anyway, yeah, you need a subscription, but also, I don't know if you guys saw this different thing. Nintendo announced a closed, not beta, a closed. It'd be a real shame if your alarm happened to not go off tomorrow. It'd be a shame if you lost your job because you were late to work because you didn't pay for your Switch subscription. Your Nintendo Online subscription. You're funding the lawyers for the Pal World lawsuit by buying the alarm subscription. That's actually why they released it. They've just had it. They've had just warehouses full of it, but they're like, we gotta release Alarmo now. Sound the Alarmo. So they also released a thing that they were like, we're having signups for a thing. We're not telling you what it is, but it is a first come, first serve thing for the US. For Japan, it was a lottery. and people were just randomly selected from it. But they've already won in 4 seconds. It was already filled, which is wild. They said it was like some people, as soon as they hit like 4 seconds in, they hit like enter the, you know, this like secret project or whatever for Nintendo. And immediately they got the thing is filled. So many people were trying to get into it. It's probably to test out their new product, Timer O. It's another $100. Yeesh. So interestingly, people then, so after you got selected, you then had to sign up and like connect your account, whatever. When you sign up for it, it is not an official NDA, but they do kind of stress like, we don't want you posting about the product, which is interesting. I assume that means like, if you do post about it, they'll like take down any videos and posts and stuff. I assume that's what it means. And you're trusting the public? Yeah, it'll probably be leaked immediately what it is. I bet what they're going to do and why they said it is like, if you make any video content, like if someone tries to make a YouTube video about it, they'll strike it. Like they'll get the video blocked. It'll be leaked in 3 seconds. Yeah, 100%. Some people are speculating that it's a new Miiverse that's going to release with the Switch 2. For those who don't know, on the Wii U, there's a thing called Miiverse, which was a very cool feature, which was like sort of a on-system forums sort of deal. A lot of games had connections to Miiverse. So like on Super Mario 3D World, there would be like special things you could do. You would earn like stickers or stamps. And then like you could create screenshots. I think you could use the stamps and like post them to Miiverse directly from in-game. They would also have like little signs or like tips or something that like if you had turned on the Miiverse connection in game, it would like you could see the like other players like hints and stuff. It was really neat. Like it was a pretty cool system. But then eventually they closed down Miiverse. And there was not anything like it on the Switch. People are currently speculating that it's actually like a Miiverse 2 sort of deal, which that would be kind of cool. And would make sense why it seems to be an online. I think that's what they had said. It was like this is a closed testing for an online service. And so that would be kind of neat. I don't know what else they would do. Maybe it is Timer-O, or what other very basic thing would they? Calculator 99. Like Tetris 99, but the calculator app. I feel like Taffy would be all over that. You like those 99 games. It's just math equations, and then that's it. You just solve math. You versus 98 other people doing basic math. I would lose. Did Nintendo tell people involved in the test not to talk about it? Yeah, I just mentioned that. So, yeah, I think people were saying that it's an NDA. Apparently, it is not an official NDA. Like, it is not a, like, contract, really. But they do mention not to talk about it. And it seems like they're serious in how they mentioned it. Like I said, I think it's more or less like, if anybody makes like a YouTube post about it or another social media post, they'll probably block it and strike it down. It's a non-disclosure pinky promise, yeah. Because Nintendo has been good in the past little bit about not blocking stuff. I will say Emmers, I know you had warned me about this. They actually blocked my the last stream of Emio. It's no longer public on my YouTube. I have tried to see if I can get it back. I've like, what's the word? I have like appealed the decision because it's not just gameplay. So I'm trying to see if they'll let me let it sit there. If not, I'll have to figure something out. I'll download the stream and do something. I don't know. Nintendo is the one company that I believe would find a way to enforce that. Yeah. I think they'll hunt down any videos about it. For sure. I don't know if they can do anything on like social media, but Nintendo used to be hardcore about that with Let's Plays and whatnot. Yeah, they used to. They've gotten better, but they still can be a little iffy sometimes. I don't think it's accurate that you need the Nintendo subscription, really, to actually use the alarm clock. Pretty sure it's just to control the people buying it before it goes, oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. A lot of people were saying that you needed one, but to be fair, maybe that's what they meant, that you could not purchase one maybe without it initially. I did see some people already have it, and I will say it was tempting because it's they said there will be like an Animal Crossing theme, if you will. I don't know what you would call those, but you need an NSO account to buy their retro controllers. Oh, interesting. But I guess once you have it, you'd be able to like cancel your subscription. I do wonder, I could see them release it if Alarmo does well, which apparently it has sold pretty well from what I've heard. It'd be interesting if they do themed Alarmos. So like if they came out with the Legend of Zelda Alarmo and it's like green and has like Triforces on it or something, and maybe it has like different themes along with it. Food Scalo. I'm waiting for my stationary bike-o. It's just this huge thing. I don't even know. It'd be so expensive. So incredibly expensive. If they're selling an alarm clock for $100, that is a lot. I do wonder if it would wake me up. I am not the easiest to wake up. I wonder if the like constant noise, like the little, Mario coins or whatever, if that would wake me up. Though I think I sleep pretty still, so I don't know. You don't say. I don't know if that surprises a lot of you. For those who don't know, there are many times where I have missed a stream because I took a nap, a 15-minute nap that ends up being multiple hours. But the thing is that I'm pretty sure when I fall asleep, like most of the time I wake up in the exact same position, and uncomfortably so. Like I'll be like, I have not moved in too long. Alarmo sounds like the name of one of the elves in Disenchantment. I could see that. I could see that. You didn't say how many 15-minute naps you were gonna take. Yeah, it's so true. That's a good way to put that, Tap. I love that. So many 15-minute naps. I'm just getting all of my 15-minute naps like condensed. I'm putting them all at once instead of having it being like a 15-minute nap here, 15-minute nap later. So true. It's actually more efficient that way to just take all your 15-minute naps at once. I'm all about efficiency and productivity and that rise and grind life. You guys are living in the past. Some call it sleeping, but for real go-getters, sometimes a nap is all you have time for. It's so true. A 3-hour session of 15-minute naps. I do love a good nap, though. I will not I will not lie. Love a good nap. What was I gonna say? Anyway, you should write a book on naps. That'd be great. Oh, I've been playing more Kind Words 2. I really like it. It's been fun. You nap? No way. I like short naps and I cannot lie. I love it. Oh, Brad. Kind Words 2 has been super good. I've been answering some letters. I've written some. I wrote a poem. But the poem doesn't save, which kind of makes me a little sad because I was like, oh, it's pretty good. Kind of a shame. I don't think it saves anywhere anyway. I take 32 15-minute naps in a row every night. I love that. I personally liked his diss track, Nap Like Us. Oh boy. When an Aussie stream starts at 11 p.m., something that rhymes with M. A good rhyme. This is very good. Gosh. Also, I've been addicted to Cocaine, the song, and it's been very good. There's a song called Cocaine by an artist called I wonder how many people were just shocked by that. By a band called Dreams We've Had. It is so good. I've actually this keeps happening to me. Where I like that I have these different playlists that I can throw songs in and then I listen to them later, and then I end up being like, wait a minute, that song is incredible. And that happened to this. I've had this song on a playlist for months now, and I've like listened to it, but then I actually listened to it, you know? And I was like, wait, this is so good. And so now it's like on my just like daily, just repeat the same songs list. Very, very good. I recommend it. Lack of 15-minute naps makes a lot more sense now. Who could forget his power ballad, My Nap Will Go On? Oh, I love this. He almost had me. Yeah, it's I highly recommend it. It's an older song too. Like it's at least it's a few years old, but yeah. Look up the song Cocaine by Dreams We've Had. Such good. I wish there was a music video. I've actually thought about like making a little video to like the first like not chorus, the first verse of it, because I think there's some cool visual effects you could do, but then I was like, that would be a lot of work, and I don't want to do a lot of work. So, but I've got ideas in my head of what it would look like, and I think that's important. I think that's what really matters. But anyway, so if you guys need a song recommendation, I was listening to that a lot. Trying to think. Any other song recommendations that I have for you guys? No, not really. Not yet, anyways. I haven't listened to my Spotify Weekly this week. I need to do that. Oh, I have officially bought tickets to City and Colour and Manchester Orchestra. Is it one concert or is it two separate? Back-to-back shows across 2 months. Okay, perfect. Thank you for answering that. That's awesome. I hope you enjoyed that. I've not listened to City and Colour in a long time, but I like some of his songs. And Manchester Orchestra is really good. I really only know one of their albums well, and then I haven't listened to a lot of their other stuff, but City and Colour's one, and Thrice, wow. It has been a long time since I've listened to Thrice, but I was a Thrice fan. The Love Held Me Near by City and Colour has been on repeat all year for me. He has a very wonderful voice, I think. I'm trying to remember Thrice songs. Stare at the Sun Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now. Wow, it's been a while. Is this playlist finished? It did. Let's do that. Wow, it is a very long time since I've listened to Thrice, but I hope that concert's good. Dallas Green ruined Alexis on Fire. That's my hot take for the day. I have a bit of a hot take. This tour for Manchester and Thrice is a 10-year anniversary of Cope, Mano, and Beggars Thrice. Very cool. That is awesome. I bet that'll be a great concert. Do you guys know Moo Dang? If I say Moo Dang, do you know who I'm talking about? Yeah? Anybody else? The Baby Hippo, yes. My hot take is I don't care for Moo Dang. I just do not care for hippos, really. I don't like hippos. I don't really think they're that cute. They're just kind of like weird looking. I don't like them at all, actually. Now that I think about it, the more and more I think about hippos, the more and more I realize I don't like them. So my hot take is I do not care about Moo Dang, and I wish I saw less of him throughout my social media feeds. Literally everywhere. Like on my Instagram, like explore, there's always like, there's some Etsy artist trying to sell you a Moo Dang sticker or like a Moo Dang 3D printed figure of Moo Dang. I want to hear less. I do not care. And I don't understand the fascination. That is my hot take. That is my toxic trait, is I do not care for Moo Dang. At all. I could not give a dang about Moo Dang. I want an Etsy shirt that says that. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna start selling it for the hater crowd. I think Moo Dang is just the new Harambe, but is alive. No hoots given about Moo Dang. So anyway, that's my hot take. Do with it what you will. But on that note, we have to run ads. Then we'll come back and we'll play some Echoes of Wisdom. My hot take, yes. I want to hear your hot take. Unsubscribe, unfollow, Moo Dang hater. I don't like Halloween costumes. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's snooze ads. I want to hear about this. Why do you not like Halloween costumes? I don't like hippos either. Yeah, they're also like, adult hippos are like incredibly dangerous. Like the idea of being swallowed and eaten by a hippo seems like a nightmare, like an absolute nightmare. I don't think the baby hippos aren't cute. Like Moo Dang is like chomping on your kneecaps, like would kill you if it could. Would eat you if could. I don't mind other people dressing up, but I don't like the expectation of dressing up. It's just not fun for me. I feel that. There is a lot of pressure, I think, with Halloween costumes. I don't like that. Like, because like, if your costume is subpar, well, it depends. You either have to have an ironic costume, like just the white bed sheet. That's like, people will see that and be like, ah, that's really funny because it's like a classic and there's like no effort put into it. But really then there's a big gap there where like, if you don't have if the costume is just kind of like okay to mid, people look down on that, I think. I don't think people like that. They don't find that charming. They want you to have like a good costume. And I don't like that. I've never had like a good Halloween costume. So I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Halloween. Like, I don't really do anything for it. Halloween costumes are expensive. And like, I don't know. If I want candy, I'll go buy it. I don't like strangers showing up in my house. I am like a Scrooge of Halloween. I love dressing up for Halloween. I love wearing my Meowkai onesie to hand out candy. You see, that's fine. Like, that's fine because that's good. And also, I do love onesies. Say it louder for people in the back. If I want candy, I'll go buy it. I think you actually articulated it for me. It's such a needle to thread. Yeah. There's definitely like... Because I think also with the advent and popularity of cosplay now, I think there's like so much pressure for your costume to look good. And also it's also like people on like social media then to like make to even bump up the level, they'll be like, haha, me in my Halloween costume. And it's like they've probably spent the past like month building like a cosplay, not just like a Halloween costume that you bought at what is that place called that pops up every year? Halloween, you know, Party City? No, Spirit Halloween. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, because that's like, I don't have the ability to make a costume, so I'm gonna have to buy one, and none of those are gonna be very good, like, if unless someone like makes it. But then like make a costume or getting someone to make you a costume, incredibly expensive. Also, I don't look like anybody. It's great if you're like, Halloween is great if you're like a somewhat attractive to very attractive, probably white person. You can probably find any costume and you'll like look the part. Otherwise, my options are very limited, or they'll be like, that's nice that you're like trying to look like somebody. For me, I feel like I'm hyper aware enough already in social settings. Adding a layer of being in costume is just more to be hyper aware about. I also agree with that. Yes. I am with you there, Tab. It adds a layer of like, oh gosh, I gotta make sure this looks good. And any Halloween party that I've gone to, the costume never, like, it's never good. It's never good. It's falling apart, probably. I have an Obi-Wan Kenobi costume in a box for the exact purpose of when I have to. I like that. Hello there. You just became my hero. Like, I feel like if I had to, I could wear a onesie, because I've got quite a few onesies. I don't know if a lot of people would, like, consider that to be a Halloween costume. I mean, you can, obviously, Emmers. But, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people expect, like, I don't know. I don't know what people expect. You know, for that unexpected Empire Uprising, they do tend to strike back. It's so true. They love striking back. But no, I guess it is a Halloween costume. Now I think about it. Maybe I'm too hard on my onesies. Because like if I wore the Psyduck onesie, I feel like everyone would be like, "Oh, that's funny." Oh boy, the Star Wars fans are out. Yeah, I guess maybe it depends on the onesie. Because like if I wore my cat one, I feel like nobody would be like, because it's not like a specific cat, you know? It's the cat onesie that I have is just like, it's a tabby cat. But if I wore my Psyduck onesie, do I have another character one? No. Well, I have Spider-Man. I feel like they'd be like more appreciative of it. I need to eat something. Have I eaten? No, I have not. I pretty much woke up and then just started getting ready for stream. I had to do a little bit of work right before, but so no, I have not eaten. Anyway, but yeah, I agree with you, Tam. I'm kind of with you. I'm just also I'm not a huge Halloween person. I don't know. October, take it or leave it. I'm ready for getting ready for Christmas. Like I'm ready for all of that. I'm ready for it. I definitely consider wearing a onesie counting as dressing up. Yeah, well, like in the Meowkai, it's like it's a character. So like, I feel like that works. And I think that's why it's like the Psyduck would work too, and like Spider-Man. I don't know if I wore just my bear onesie or cat onesie, if people would be like, because I feel like people would be like, who are you supposed to be? And I'd be like, I'm a cat, I guess. I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't like it. I'd get laughed out of the party. Again. Tappin', I get a lot of Pikachus when they see Meowkai, or do you mean like a lot of Pikachus show up? Tappin' Jet, not Autumn, basic white girls confirmed, so true. I too am Team Christmas. I love Christmas. Wait, yeah, to which one? I need to stop asking double questions. I think what we're finding out is Jet and I are people who overthink and have social anxiety. Say it louder. They think I'm Pikachu. Okay, that's interesting. I've seen the Meowkai onesie. I don't think it looks like Pikachu, but it definitely sounds like somebody who like just doesn't know what Pokemon look like also, you know? They would say, yes, it's probably from someone who would say that's a Pikachu, meaning like all Pokemon. Like in reference to all Pokemon. They call all Pokemon Pikachus. But yeah, I would say I have like weird social anxiety. I don't think, like, I'm not anxious all the time. I'd probably call you a Pikachu too. Let me refresh. Meowkai onesie. I would say, like, if anything, I'd be like, are you a tiger? Because it looks kind of like the cat ears, and it's like the brown stripes. But like, if you know the skin from League of Legends, it looks like the skin from League of Legends. So like, it for like a player, it makes sense. I wouldn't guess Pikachu. Because for one, Pikachu doesn't have a stripe on his tail. Like at the end of his tail. And there's a lot of stripes on Meowkai's tail. Pikachu is to Pokemon what Band-Aid is to bandages. So true. Oh, the Sasaki, welcome in. How are you? Kleenex to facial tissues, 100%. Nintendo to any video game console. Did you know that Nintendo had like ads about that in the probably late 90s? About that because they wanted to make sure that Nintendo did not become a generic term like Band-Aid or Kleenex, so that other companies wouldn't try to argue like they should be able to call their things a Nintendo. Anyway, they had like a whole ad campaign about it. But the Sasaki, welcome in. How was your stream? How did it go? What were you playing? Baldur's Gate 3, how did it go? I have played 30 minutes of Baldur's Gate. That is it. Let me snooze ads again, and we have a little video for you. Enjoy. Hi Raiders, I'm Jet, your fourth favorite streamer. Yeah, Fourth, you know, the guy you end up with when your favorites are offline and you misclicked my channel. Before we dive in, Snapsicles, this is a family-friendly stream. Please keep your chats cozy and clean or my mods will be on you like a pack of wild pumas. Looking for a triple threat? Gaming, chatting, and looks? Well, let me tell you why I'm called Triple Jet. When it comes to gaming, we dive into puzzles, indie games, RPGs, and mysteries. But the biggest mystery of all will be why you're still watching. Like to chat? Well, we get so derailed it's like we're a train to nowhere and I'm your conductor. Choo-choo. And when it comes to looks, I am like the solar eclipse, best not to look at. Now, if you want a good streamer, follow the creators I just linked in chat. They will obliterate my stream like a snap from Thanos. Mr. Bezos, I don't feel so good. But if you like the wonderfully wrecked vibe of a beat-up pinata, then you're in the right place. The candy's mostly gone, but we can still keep it sweet. So drop a follow and we'll make this siesta fiesta the absolute besta. Got a jet? So welcome in, everybody. I hope you had a great stream. Sasaki, one, if you need to lurk, lounge, etc., I know what it's like after a stream. Please make sure you take care of yourself. But I'm glad that you're doing well. And finished my BG3 run with all decisions made by dice rolls, and the ending to Panhorn's crazy story was perfect. I don't know what that means, but I'm glad that it was good. I have only played like 30 minutes of it. I really know nothing. True, yeah, we've stopped chatting. We're for the month of October. We're not really doing an hour of chatting before the game Monday through Thursday. We're just kind of popping in, and it might be a change going forward. We'll see. Amazing every single time. Thank you, Jonzo. Triple Jet. Incredible. Amazing every single time. Panhorn was my character. Every time. I was like, that could have been a name of like an NPC for all I know. Every dialogue choice was made by dice roll. Mostly the dice decided murder. Incredible. I love that. Joss, welcome in. How are you? No pre-chat. Makes me sad, but I'll get over it. It just sort of depends, I think. It just sort of, I don't know. We'll kind of just see how it goes. I think I have noticed, if we want some meta talk, I think I have noticed a steady decline in chatting in our streams. And so I've sort of been like, I think what we need to do is like, start like just the game, and then we'll just have a day for chatting. It's been like 30 minutes instead of an hour. Of when the past week, yeah. I typically want it to be more like 15 minutes, and I've done that a few times, because it's still sort of like welcoming people in and then hopping in for your no chatting part. Yeah. It's not like an immediate hop in, but it's not like a prolonged whatever. I think I've just noticed in the past couple of months a steady decline in the chatting. It's mostly me just talking to myself, which I do all the time. So I was like, well, I don't need to do this. If there aren't people also chatting back, then we can just hop into the game. So I think that's been my strategy behind it, is just like, let's see what it's like. If it's better, if we just wait, and then like on Fridays we have like an extended chatting time, and then it's just like, you know, all condensed there. You guys have saved up, you know, you've saved up your stories and whatever. Otherwise, I feel like, oh, perfect. Generally so impressed, jealous of your ability to talk to yourself. It's a thing. It's sort of like, I recall a few years ago, somebody was like, I'm fairly positive they meant this as a compliment, but it definitely has a bit of an insulting tone, I think to it, where they said, like, they're like, what did they say? It was something to the effect of, kind of like that they were impressed by my stream, but they were like, you're so good at just talking to yourself. And I was like, thank you, but also I feel like you're pointing out that people aren't talking to me. And I was like, okay, I'm trying to take this as a compliment. I'm having trouble doing that though. It's hard for me to not separate the idea that you're saying that I have to do that because no one else is talking back. It's really cool how much you can keep conversation going in just talking portions. It's, I mean, I think it's because I'm a verbal processor, so I just already, I hear that. I absolutely mean, yeah. I know, I know that's what you meant. It is funny though to be like, what are you trying to say? I'm a verbal processor, so like if I have something on my mind, I need to talk it out, and I can go ad nauseum. Man does his research before stream to have things to chat about. I do sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Today I did not. I did not have anything really planned. But and maybe that's also my fault. Like I think that's maybe something that I could do better. However, I think things that I find interesting, a lot of times you guys don't find interesting. So it's different, or it's difficult, because then I'm like, oh, maybe this is interesting. Maybe people want to talk about this. And I bring it up and it's just crickets. So I'm like, nobody cares about this. It's fine. We'll just switch to the next subject. So, so I don't know. It just sort of depends. But that's why I've been kind of thinking maybe less chatting most streams, just so that there's like, it's almost like at this point it's like oversaturation, right? Like I think I've maybe oversaturated the chatting. Because though I can talk to myself, I do not think I am necessarily interesting or entertaining enough to always be doing that, if that makes sense. There are some people who can talk about anything and the way they talk about it is interesting. I don't think I am that. I think, yeah, I don't think I'm that. So, what more than alarm mode did you need? Well, today I didn't plan anything. That was I forgot that we didn't talk about that the other day. Did you hear about Little Big Planet 3 being delisted on the PlayStation Store at the end of the month? I did. Well, actually, did I play 3? That actually might be the one that I played. I did hear that. YV's a big, like, Little Big Planet fan. And so I messaged that to him when I saw it, because I was like, I don't know if you have a physical copy or a digital copy, or not a copy at all, but if you don't, you might want to buy it. Right, I've still just been sitting here. I should get some food for real. Yeah, please go get food, everybody. I disagree, as in I think you're interesting enough, but I absolutely know how you feel. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate that, Joss. I'm glad that you think so. I think there are some people who can just tell. I'm not a very good storyteller. There are some people who can just tell a story, and the way they tell it is very entertaining and fascinating and funny. I am not that. I don't think. I think sometimes I have a good story, and sometimes the way I deliver it is funny, but not always. I know people who can literally tell any story and you'll be like, this is the best thing I've heard. That is not me. So I don't know. I think that is something that I think well, I don't know if I could get better at that, but I could try. I'm sure there are things I could learn to do better. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And so that's why this month I was like, you know what, we'll do a little trial run. We'll see what happens if we don't do as much chatting throughout the week, and if people prefer that. Or if people just get more comfortable chatting during a game, because I feel like that's also a thing where it seems like if I were to analyze things, me, an overthinker, what? I don't think so. That doesn't sound like me. If I were to Where? If I were to overanalyze something, I would say that I think because we've set up sort of the formula of we chat before the game and then we get into the game, I think I've created a situation where people don't like chatting during the game. And so it just gets quiet when we hop into the game. So if I have more streams where we just or like we pretty much get into the game earlier on, it might put people in a situation where if they want to say something, if they have a story from the day or whatever that they want to share, they have to do it while we're gaming. And so maybe people will get used to chatting. This is what I think about. This is the stuff that I do. Does it now not work because I have told you? Probably. I probably messed this up, but that's okay. That totally makes a lot of sense, yeah. So I think part of me is like, let's try that, so that way maybe people get used to, oh, if I want to say something, I want to share something, I have to do it. And then I also have to get better at playing and reading chat and talking and whatever. And I don't mind if if I'm in the game and we pause for a bit and talk about something, because I do that anyways. I've always done that. So I'm like, I don't know. I think it's more just like getting everyone used to those things. But I think I've maybe, people are, I think at this point used to being like, okay, well, we talk here and then we don't talk during the game, where that's like not what I want necessarily. I definitely feel like I'm interrupting when I message during a game in general, not just your stream. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I don't want you to feel that way here, obviously. I don't know if a lot of people do. I don't know. I can't say much about other streamers because I sometimes disagree with a lot of them. So I feel like, I don't know. I am not the everyman, I don't think. But I feel like a lot of streamers would say it's welcome. I love these meta talks. Oh, good. I don't mind talking about meta stuff. I assume that if I'm being annoying with my chatting, the streamer will just ignore me. That's fair. I think that's a fair call, I think. I would say in general, probably most streamers want you to chat. Maybe if it's like, I don't know. I feel like the difference would be like, is it like, I'm not saying you're doing this or whatever. I think if you're like someone who's like trauma dumping or whatever, like that would be a difference. Like, I'm sure that's something where they're like trying to skip over that. Or if you're like being too like attention seeking or like trying to be like the main character, or like main character syndrome, that's what I mean. Like, I think like that stuff maybe is sort of like things where the streamer might not appreciate that, but I would say in general probably they want people chatting, so I don't know. I have to remind myself of that. Yeah. Oh yeah, trauma dumping, the spam spoiler is also huge, right? Obviously annoying. Yeah, I think like that stuff is is more what I would say streamers are probably wary of. Actually, when we were playing Windblown, we had someone come in. They didn't follow, so I don't think they're coming back. But they were like kind of self-promoting a bit. They were self-promoting like a video that they had made for the game, but they like kept bringing it up. I stopped reading those comments, or like I didn't read out their comments. I would just say like, oh, well, I hope that goes well and whatever. But it was kind of odd, I think, for their first stream in, and to then just, almost because they almost like didn't say very much without bringing it up, or like they kept bringing it up multiple times. And I was like, okay, we get it. If I could, I would have like warned them, but I was like enjoying the game too much. I've only ever approached chatting from the streamer's perspective and trying to find ways to help spark a conversation. I can't imagine a streamer ever being annoyed by a message that's within their rules. Yes, Tap, and you do a very good job of that. For sure. Because like even earlier, you were asking questions like, what has been your favorite game this year? Are there any other games you're looking forward to? I think that is a great way also to approach like chatting. I try to do that in other people's streams. I tend to also, and I don't know if this comes across as me being standoffish, but it probably does. I probably come across as very standoffish in other people's chats. I feel like typically when I'm in somebody else's chat, I mostly chat to the streamer. I don't chat to other people in chat. And sometimes I'll ignore like replies to me because I'm here to talk to the streamer. It's not that I'm like trying to ignore other people. It's more of like the tension shouldn't be on me. It should be on whoever is streaming. So like I don't like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes if you see me in other people's chats, it's also different if I like know somebody. Like if I'm totally not overthinkers. If I'm in Tap's channel watching him stream and Emmer says hello or Brad says hello or somebody says hello, I'll emote back at them or I'll say something or whatever because I know them all well. If it's somebody that I don't know well, like if it's somebody who's like not already a part of our community here, I probably don't really like interact with them very much. Maybe that's a bad thing. That's probably bad for like marketing stuff. In a marketing way, I'm sure that it makes me look bad. But I also just, I don't know. I don't care. I'm just not, I don't know. Also, I really like it when my chat are having conversations between themselves. It's so nice when your friends become friends. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that, Suzaki. Go buy your own candy. Jet goes around yelling, 1v1 me, bro. Yeah, totally not overthinkers. I'll say like my version of social anxiety is probably weird in that like I don't mind being around people. I consider myself an extrovert. I enjoy talking to people and all of that, but I think there is then like a point or a level or like where I very much overthink things and then am just like, oh, everything is terrible. I see. I get it. I get it now. Everything is awful. And it will never get better. And I think that's where my anxiety comes in. But then I'll like still talk to people, but it's more with a different tone, I think. But the common denominator of this bad time is me. Yes, that I've definitely had that thought before. What was I saying? Yeah, but Tap, I would say, is very good at like I've noticed this before, even besides today, that you ask questions that create conversation. And it's very nice. It's very helpful. I feel like if you are somebody, if any of you are wanting to be a like good chatter, quote unquote, I think like asking questions to streamers is very helpful and nice. I know when like Pucks was streaming, I would always try to like ask a question if like there was ever like a dip in the conversation, or if I could tell like he didn't know where to go, I would try to ask a question. Yeah, I think even in like YB stream or whatever, a conversational twister. Yeah, it just asking a question about the game or like about an interest of the streamers. It's a good way to like, you know, it's good. So yeah, I think asking questions is great, especially asking an open-ended question like what Tap did. Let's just analyze everything Tap has ever said. Does that create anxiety? Join me on this rousing tale of let's go through Tap's chat history. No, but because like asking an open-ended question, so asking a question that typically starts with what, how, why, when, is that an open-ended? I feel like, no, it can be, but like, what, how, why, when, where? I don't know how many times you would ask a where question here, but asking an open-ended question like that starts with usually one of those. It's better than maybe asking a question that is a yes or no question. So like, is it considered a closed-ended question where it's like, do you like vanilla ice cream? Well, I can really only answer yes or no, right? But if you ask, well, what is your favorite ice cream? Or like, if you go to Cold Stone, how do you mix up your ice cream? Like, you know, like what do you put in it? Or whatever. Then that creates like, oh, well, let me think about that. Hashtag be more tap. We need that as a shirt. New hashtag. So you want to replay the last 15 minutes of conversation for the rest of the day? Join me. Gosh. I definitely think about conversations that I've had, that I will have, or that I will never have. But I definitely think of those and what I will say or what I will not say or what they could possibly say and what the subtext of them not saying things are or will be. Where'd you get those bandanas? Perfect. That's a great question, Josh. Thank you for asking. I got them from, well, some of them Japan, some of them Amazon, some of them Bai, which is a site where you can order stuff from Japan and get it shipped to you. It's like what are those called? Like they're kind of like a middleman where they receive the product and then they ship it to you, because a lot of those like Japanese sites you might need like a Japanese address, like they don't ship internationally, so people will like sell things to Bai then an importer, kind of, yeah, but they have like a warehouse where they store stuff for you. It's very helpful if you're somebody who likes Japanese things and would like to import some stuff from Japan. I've gotten a lot, like my Apex figurines and stuff, my Senshi. I don't know if they like sell this in the US anywhere. These were like gacha machine things that then people post on Bai, or actually they I guess Mercari and Rakuten, which are Japanese like marketplaces, online marketplaces. And so then like you can get those, like you purchase those, Bai then like holds them for you in their warehouse and then they ship it to you. And like the cost for it is not that bad. I mean, the main cost that's expensive is the shipping from overseas, but the price that you pay for them like holding it at the warehouse is not bad at all. Switch that to join us and baby, you've got a cult. I run through simulation conversations before every outing all the time, Tap. You and I, very similar. Very, very similar. It definitely is like running simulations, isn't it? I definitely will think, all right, how's this person going to react to when I say this? Are they going to like that? If so, like it's like a dialogue tree. It's kind of how I see it sometimes, or like a what are those called? Those like graphs where it's like where it splits off and it's like yes, then these options, or no, these options. And then you like keep going. A flowchart? Is that what it is? Flowcharts, yes. Yeah, I often will think of conversations and plan them as such, like a flowchart. Where if I am going to have a conversation with somebody, or if I think something might come up, I then think, all right, okay, if they... I'm going to say this thing. One, let me practice how I'm going to say the thing. What am I going to say? How will I say it? What should I avoid saying? Great. Okay, now that I have that, let's say they are not going to respond positively to this. What could they possibly not like about it? Okay, maybe they think that... maybe they think I'm being weird, or maybe they think I'm being... too sensitive or whatever. Okay, well, then how would I respond to that? And then I keep going from there, and then it's like, okay, well, what if things go well? Well, they probably won't. So let's go back. Let's go back to the first option. How are other ways that this could all go wrong? It's so annoying when you've rehearsed a conversation, the other person doesn't say the right lines. So true. You're like, I did not plan for this. You don't know your lines. An import dropshipper, or is that something else? I think a dropshipper is like, they'll buy a bunch of products and then they try to sell it. I think. Or is it, no, is a drop? I don't know what a dropshipper is, really. I know people talk about it, though. I've heard the word. We use one called Ship Happens, which is just across the border for stuff we can get to Canada. Oh, really? That's interesting. Item Mercari, I think. Yeah, so like if you go to buy.jp, I think it's BUYEE.jp, I think, or is it .com? No, it's .jp. You can look at different marketplaces that they have on there. They have like Yahoo Shopping, because that's very popular in Japan still. Mercari, Rakuten, Rakuma, I think is one. And then like there's a couple of others. But you can search each of those stores individually. There's no way to search all of them at once. But then you search for those things individually. So like when I was looking for Senshi stuff, I would search for Dungeon Meshi, or Delicious in Dungeon. And then I would also like, I found the like kanji for the Japanese title, and I searched for those, and then like, or the character name in Japanese, and then looked through that. It's all auto translated to English, so sometimes I'm like, should I be searching in English or should I be searching Japanese? I'm not really sure. But then you can look at all the results and then like sort through that. But then yeah, you can buy a bunch of stuff. It's probably typically better if you buy like multiple items, and then so that way the shipping is just kind of one cost. You can get it bundled. I bought like the headbands and stuff. They're very light stuff, so, and they can all fit in like one package very easily. But I've been so like you can consolidate all your shipments and stuff, which is nice. So you're only paying one price versus like multiple packages. Flowcharts. It's having backups for backups conversationally. Yes, because you got to be prepared. I don't want to be caught off guard by that. I essentially walk around with a tight 5 just to get by. Honestly, that's great, and I appreciate that about you. It is yeah. I don't know why I do it. I feel like sometimes it's helpful. Like sometimes it goes the way I think it'll go. And I'm glad that I have thought through it. a lot of times it's not. Like, a lot of times it goes very differently. But I think maybe it's helpful because there are times where I think if I haven't prepared, my words will just be all over. Sassy, welcome in. How's it going? Dropshippers don't actually handle the products. Dropshippers take the orders, then order from somewhere else and send direct to you. Okay, that does make sense. That Sai told a life story, doesn't it? I always think of the Scott Pilgrim line, he says something, what is it? Now I'm forgetting it. Ramona, it's when he's on the first date with Ramona, and he says something about like, is the Scott Pilgrim script online? Read the script. Oh, let's see. Oh, he says, my last job is a long story filled with sighs. But I feel like, I don't know. I felt that. Sassy, how was school? How's it going? The times when it's not very helpful is when you're going over a conversation that happened years ago. Also true. Think, what could I have said differently? Because it's always my fault. So it's what could I have done differently? Same as always, complain. Oh no. Brett makes you fat. No, those aren't the lines that I was thinking of. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely have a tendency to overthink a little bit. Definitely overanalyze what someone said. What did they mean by this? Like I mentioned when someone said, you're very good at talking to yourself. Well, yes, but that's not my goal. I'm trying to be, but talking to myself isn't my goal. So I'm not trying to. That's not the theme of the channel, is me talking to myself. But I appreciate it. It is a good skill to have. Because obviously chat can't be talking all the time, unless you're like XQC or somebody, and it's going so fast that like you're not even really talking to chat. So it's good to be able to carry a conversation on. But yeah, it's like that's not my that's not my end goal, so I don't know how to take this. Really bummed that I didn't get tickets to the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the movie, the soundtrack, the tribute concert. Was that a thing? That sounds incredible. That would be very good to go to. I have seen Scott Pilgrim a bunch of times. Like a ton of times. I think when it was in theater, I'm pretty sure I saw it close to 10 times. I kept taking people to go see it. And then I've watched it a bunch out of theater. YV was playing Funko Fusion, which I don't know if I'd recommend. I don't think I'd recommend it, at least not yet. But there is a Scott Pilgrim level, and he was playing it. And there were so many times where I was like, oh, this is on the OST. Like, the soundtrack that's playing, it's not like a song from the like main soundtrack. It's not like one of the band songs or one of the songs with words. It's like the original soundtrack that is just sort of playing in the background when there's just supposed to be like some kind of ambient music, but something that's not supposed to be like at the forefront. The game uses a lot of those straight from the movie and straight from the OST. And so there were a few times where I was like, this is a song that is playing during this scene. And he was like, how do you even know that? I was like, I've watched the movie a lot. Where did your fandom kick in? In the movie or the comic? I think because of the movie, I read the comic. I heard that the movie was coming out or like was being made, and a lot of people started talking about it. So I was like, I kind of want to pick up, because I already liked Edgar Wright at that point. And so I was like, that sounds interesting to me. And so I think I read the first comic and then I like bought the rest. I was like, wait, I need all of this. It kind of happens kind of simultaneously, but it was definitely before the movie released. Also, for those taking notes, did you see that Tap used an open-ended question beginning with where? Everyone take notes? Take notes, everybody. Good chatter in chat. I like that. I don't know if that was on purpose, Tap, but I earlier had said, like, I can't imagine that many open-ended questions that you would ask in chat the beginning with where. But so I don't know if that was intentional, but well done. Well played. Also, apologies. My nose is very itchy for some reason. I worked at a movie theater when it came out, but we didn't get it at our theater, so me and some coworkers had to drive to another town like an hour away to see it. What? That's wild. A theater kind of near me. It was sort of like in the next city over. They had a early screening, and so I went, and like it was awesome. It was the only like early screening to a show I've ever been to. But I got there early. I waited. They had like I got there like a hour or two early before, because I was like, I gotta go see it. I could have shown up probably like right before it started, and had been fine. But it was great. It was a wonderful little experience to go see it early. And then I was like so ready for it when the movie like officially came out. I had to take so many friends to go see it. I took a bunch of friends who were like not even really like comic book people, and they all loved it. One friend of mine, she was just like, this is one of the best movies I've seen, because I had no idea what was about to happen, and it was always something completely wild. I was really glad that she enjoyed it. The admin in my school is just being dumb. They aren't letting the kids write in the workbooks so that they can be used again next year. As such, we aren't letting the kids bring the books home. It's not working, since even just using the books in class, I've had pages get ripped. I mean, it's a workbook. It's meant to be written in. The pages are perforated. Right, yeah. They've never survived the year, yet alone a second one. So the parents are complaining about it to me like I could change it. Right, yeah. That's something they need to complain to the principal. Yeah, that's very frustrating. On top of that, our theater was sent one of those giant cardboard standees, but since our theater wasn't showing it, they let me take it home, and I built it in my parents' basement. That's incredible. Joss, I love that. That's super, super cool. Scott Pilgrim's just such a good movie. It's very, like, I don't know, it's just so special. But that's kind of Edgar Wright movies, I think. And they announced there's a new Edgar Wright movie in the making. I can't remember what it's about or who's in it, but so I don't have it's not a very good story. See, this is the stuff that I do where I'm like it's like kind of interesting, but also I have no details to give you, so it's not interesting. You guys you can't do anything with it, because all I've said is there's an Edgar Wright thing. I don't know what it's about, who's in it, what, like, I that's not interesting. Anyway, but you guys can look that up. Go Google it. Petty as I am, I would be like, here's the email to the principal. Who, I mean, honestly, that's probably not a terrible decision. That's probably not a bad advice, Emmers. Like, I can't do anything about this. If you would like to complain, please complain to the principal, because I can't do anything about it. I took my cat to the vet yesterday because he was curled up under the duvet rather than greeting me at the door when I got home. Or home for work. That'll teach him. How is your cat, though? Is your cat okay? But I bet the cat was just upset to go to the vet, though. I basically told that to a parent. I can't do anything to change this, but you, as a paying parent, can, but you didn't hear that from me. Right, yeah. You need to have that as like an... create an inbox rule that any complaint emails referencing workbooks is auto-forwarded to the principal. Yeah, I was talking about to say you should have like an auto response. If this is a complaint, please take it to, the principal. Because, yeah, that's annoying. Sassy. That'd be very frustrating to deal with so often. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other, like, meta thing that I wanted to say, but that's kind of been my thoughts for October, is let's see how people handle really only, like, one stream for chatting, and then... I mean, but we chat all the time, and again, it's kind of to encourage chatting during the game. It's kind of the plan, but... We'll see. He only curls up under the duvet when he's feeling really ill, so I was worried, but the vet gave him a full checkup and pumped him full of steroids because we decided it was his allergies getting him down. He's been full of beans today, so it's worked. Oh, good. That's wonderful. What kind of cat do you have? Like, what does it look like? How dare he? Exactly. I was gonna say something about cats, but I've lost it. Also, pardon me now. So I was only going to go for another, like, 45 minutes to an hour. So now part of me is like, do we even get into the game? Aw, adorable. Meta thing, Mark Zuckerberg called out Civ player saying he could beat anyone and he's the best of the game. I actually did see that, Brad, and I thought of you. What do you think about that? We, the teacher, said it wasn't going to work the second we heard about it, but we don't know anything and couldn't possibly have foreseen this problem. Yeah. Wild. He's just a Moggy, no special breed. My other cat is a Moggy too. This is oh, adorable. I love it. I love it. Goodbye, Zelda Echoes. Well, because I don't know if we're gonna do a bonus stream tomorrow. We might. So if so, we'll actually play tomorrow, I guess. I don't play Civ. I don't care what he says. Wait, do you not? No, you play City Skylines, right? I thought you did play Civ for some reason. Tears of the Kingdom 2.0. No, we will. Goodbye Zelda Echoes is my favorite Elton John song. It's good. No, we will actually, like, after Next Fest, we'll get back into Zelda. Also, you started so early with no notice in Discord, not even making a copy message. I know. To be fair, people don't usually really respond to those. If we're gonna talk about more meta stuff, let's talk about that. A lot of times it feels like those just don't get any acknowledgement. So we're responding now. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know if it's important, but no, today I specifically was like, I just kind of want to start. Let's just see what happens. Just do a little test. Let's see if people pay attention. But I did actually post that I was going live. I just didn't say, hey, I'm going live in an hour. I know I joined late. Have you started playing at all, or has it's just been chatting this whole time? It's weird that I wanted to become affiliate purely so I could show people photos of my cats in Twitch chat. No, it's incredible. I love that. We're responding now. Nah, Civ is too complicated for me. I just build an army and dominate, then get the warmonger status. I did see that he said that. I wonder if he's going to actually challenge people, though. I don't respond to them because I'm too busy panicking that I'm going to miss it. Oh, no. But I see them and know that I have 15 minutes to get myself here. Okay, that's fair. Maybe I should still do that. I do sometimes. I'm like, oh, not even a reaction to my announcement. Okay, I guess no one saw it. It's fine. It's fine. You might have noticed I've started to put less energy into the announcements. It's kind of because of that. I'm like, well, I don't know if people are really seeing this or acknowledging it, so I'm just going to not craft a message. Really, I'll just say, hey, I'm going live, or no, there is not a stream today. I do the same with my dogs, and I was working. I missed 2 hours of being chatty. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, the thing is, so I have something this afternoon, and so I was like, if we're gonna stream, I have to start early. If we want to stream for like longer than an hour, I'm going to need to start early. So that's why I was like, we'll just do that today. I'd love to have a cat cam for stream, but Lucy would hate it. Aw. That's a streamer veteran right there. I don't know. I try to adapt. I think that's my like thing. I try to adapt, and I feel like for a while I haven't done anything different. And I think while my computer was like messing up a lot, it's like I can't do anything different because like either my stream will break or I'm like already too focused on the stream working at all, so I like can't really change things up. So for a while there we haven't really done anything different, but that's why I was like, okay, for the month of October, let's change it up. Because earlier on I used to change things up more often. Like I would just try something and then we would see if it would work and see if people liked it. But I haven't been able to do that for a bit, and that's why I was like, okay, October we're gonna try to see, can we get people chatting during a game? Is that something we can get happening? Or like, how does this affect chatting in general? Actually, do you guys want to? I don't know if I should mention this. There's a meta thing we could talk about. I think it would be kind of controversial, potentially. And noted, I'm going to respond extra now. I mean, please do. I can only go off based on feedback. I can only go on based on feedback, but so yeah, I don't know. It's even if it's just reacting to an email with an announcement, that at least makes you know people see it. But maybe I need to like add a couple of emotes to the Discord that are like yay or boo or something, so that way you guys have like a default, like, you know, whatever. Respond to everything. Remember fishing? I mean, we can bring it back if people want it. You just have to tell me. I do like the willingness to experiment and change. It's super easy to get into a groove and never get out of, for better or worse. Yeah. I think that's the thing, is like, you have to sort of adapt and figure out like what works and what's not working. And I don't know. I think because there's always room to improve, but it's like, how do you figure that out, I guess? And like, because it's hard as a streamer when you're streaming, because you're like so into like what you do and like what your routine is, and it's hard to figure out what needs to change. And so I don't know, I feel like I try to switch it up, or I would like to switch it up so I can figure out if things are working. Again, like, you know, like I was saying before, I think I've sort of created a situation where people are like, we only talk before a game. During a game, we don't talk. And so I'm like, how can I get that to work? And so it's like, you know, in a way, it's also kind of like trying to teach people things like, okay, well, if we change this, so now we're only in games, so they can only chat. Like, if they want to chat and we're going to be in a game, you can then sort of like teach people to get used to it, kind of, if it happens long enough. But then it's also possible, I mean, this is the counter thing where I'm like, there are some people who might hate that, and who are really, because there's a lot of people who are only here for the chatting. And so if we like, there's a potential to like alienate people by doing that, but you know, whatever. I guess live and learn. Again, I need more jet meta talk. We can. I mean, there's a meta thing that is like, I think kind of funny, but I think some people, I don't know. We'll get into it when I catch up here in a second. I guess Rusty's should have been up on screen during this. It actually probably should have. Oh, Ponce, I'm here for the Apex tips. I have none. Ponce, welcome in. What's improving and what's just tinkering? Right. The world may never know. Right. I try to do a little bit of tinkering, trying to figure out, I don't know. Because I think you also need to keep it fresh. Again, I think also part of it is I think if I was more just like a natural entertainer, I think I wouldn't have to keep it fresh, but but I think I definitely do. I think trying to update it, keep it fresh is nice. It's a thing that can kind of spice things up a bit. If only there was a redemption for it. I actually think I want to add that eventually, where you guys get to choose like fishing or Rusty's at the beginning of a stream. But Ponce, how are you? Depending on the game, I feel like I shouldn't talk as much, or it's more difficult to fit in conversation. And yeah, that's fair. And I guess there's like, if it's like a super heavy narrative game, it's different. But I think like, kind of what we were saying, like asking questions is like a great way to like encourage conversation. Even if it's not like sharing a whole story or something, but like it's a way to like continue chatting and whatever. But I don't know, just good working. About to go into a meeting. I hope the meeting goes well. No Ponce, I hope it all goes well. Thank you for the lurk. Well, if we would like a little bit of a meta conversation that again I think might be a little like I don't know. If some people might be upset by it, I guess, but whatever. So, not me overthinking or being anxious about this. I'm also working, just been jiggling my mouse for the last 30 to 40 minutes, just so that they know you're working. Leans in. So, okay. Do you guys remember the stream a while back where I made a comment about not liking my laugh, and then like we joked about it for a while, and then like I was like, oh, I'll like adopt these other laughs, and I like pulled up Timo's laughs and tried laughing like that and whatever. No, I know a lot of you were here for that. I don't know if you guys realize this. You guys might have. There were a lot of people who were very upset by that stream. I have not mentioned this before, at least on stream. I've actually talked about it to a few people outside of stream. There were a few people who were very upset by the events of that stream. I think it's a little bit of an overreaction. I think that's where they would. I think that's where it gets a little. They might not like that. I think it's a little bit of an overreaction on their part. But since that stream, there have actually been quite a few people who have not returned, and they've left the Discord and all of that, and it was because of that stream. And so I was like, totally fair. That is totally fair for you. I understand. Like I've said, I am not everybody's streamer. My humor it can be very different. I'm very self-deprecating. And so it's some people are not going to like that, and that's totally fine. But I was like, I think you were there for that a little bit, Emmers, because I remember I remember we joked about it. Like I remember you had at least said a joke in there. I don't know how, like, if you were there for the whole time, but man's laugh tears people apart. Yeah. Well, the thing is I mean, I really don't like my laugh. But I am not like, I thought we were clearly joking. Like I don't have the energy to go about changing my laugh. Like that takes so much work and energy and like thought. I thought we were laughing, like, because I read like an eHow or whatever it is on there was like a article on like how to change your laugh, and like I read through that and I thought it was funny. Like I again, that's where one of those things where I'm like, I think that's hilarious. And the idea of like changing my laugh into a video game character's laugh or whatever, I think that is humorous to me. That fits my sense of humor. But yeah, there were quite a few people who were not happy about it. But there's that was a couple of months ago, I think. I think that was August. There are people who have not come back since then. I know they have left the Discord. Because I was like looking for something, a previous message, and then I noticed that their username was in white, which means that they are no longer in the Discord. And I was like, oops. And then kind of confirmed. And I don't know if they've like fully unfollowed or fully unsubscribed or any of that stuff. But a lot of people very much took it offense. They took it personal, I guess, somehow. And so, yeah, so I don't know. How many is few? I don't necessarily want to say, but enough. One of the few times chat ended up in email. Yeah, I think maybe that was also part of it. An argument kind of broke out. People were divided because some people were like, you shouldn't change anything about yourself or whatever, like. And then some people were like, no, well, if it's like something innocuous as your laugh, like it doesn't really matter. Like just, whatever, you can change it. Why not? And so there was a little bit of going back and forth. It was not constructive at a certain point. I think we went BRB, and when I came back, I saw that it was still going. And I was like, it's emote only mode now. Let's move on. Emma just banned everyone, and that's why they haven't been back. I definitely wasn't there for an emote-only chat. We were in emote-only for like 30 minutes, I think. I know you were at least there for part of it, Emmers. Because I think when I was doing the Timo laugh or something, I can vividly remember that you were there. I don't remember what you said or anything, but I know you were at least there for part of it. I was right there with you. I didn't think you were serious about it. Yeah, because I think that's why. Because I remember you laughed at something that I had said. And maybe it was just at the start of it. And that's the thing is, like, I felt like there were some people who thought it was funny and who knew that it's like a joke. Like, even if I'm like, a lot of people don't like the sound of their voice. A lot of people don't like the sound of their laugh. I'm not alone in that. And so I'm like, I know there are people who are hearing this but they know that it's like, it's supposed to be funny. Like this is a stream. This is supposed to be entertainment. I did tell one person, because one person messaged me about it, and I said, if this is supposed to be an entertainment thing, if this is something that is difficult for you to watch, I'm sorry that this isn't, not for you, but there are plenty of other streamers to watch, so like, please go do that. I expect all of you guys to make your own decision based on if, like, we're playing a game that you don't want to watch, like if the content is too much. That's why I try to warn you guys about that stuff, but also, like, I don't know, if I'm boring or if I'm like talking about stuff that you guys aren't interested in or whatever, like, I kind of expect you guys to make the decision yourself to like go watch somebody else. And so I don't know. I can't make the stream for each person individually, unfortunately, because it's just impossible. So I'm just trying my best. But anyway, BJ Game, welcome in. I was about to start a joke, but I don't think I should. No, you can totally start a joke. This is not a serious thing. I like thinking about it. I'm like, because I've talked about this with some other streamers. And I think we're kind of all in the response that I've gotten has sort of just been like, I don't know. It's kind of funny because it's also like my stream, I guess. Like, we're so laid back and it's so like relaxed that it's kind of funny, I guess, that people would leave because of that. But it seems to be either that or it's like a major coincidence that multiple people have left and since not come back because of that stream. But again, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel bad. I don't feel like we shouldn't have joked about my laugh because it's so ridiculous. Like, I don't know. Again, I'm like, it's a stream. Like, it's so not serious. It's not a big deal. So I don't know. I guess that's also my view on streaming, sort of, is like, I don't know. I mean, we sometimes talk about like serious things, and that's totally fine. And I think we handle that like well. But I'm also like, for the most part, like streams are supposed to be just a form of entertainment. Like, I am trying to entertain you guys. That's like the point of the stream. I don't know if I always do a great job with that, but like that's sort of the goal. So I do expect like people to make the decision if they're enjoying it or not. They can watch or not. Again, that kind of is a barometer of like, is it barometer? I don't know. It's a way that I can tell like, okay, are people enjoying the game we're watching or the thing I'm talking about or whatever. I can kind of, do that. But anyway, it was just very funny because I was just like, that seemed like such a weird stream to like take seriously. I guess. I don't know. But don't say, but like double or triple. Maybe approaching a double number. More than one, less than a million. I remember making the Mary Poppins connection. Yeah. I remember finding out that VIP can bypass emote only. Yes, that was also a few people learned that. I don't like how my voice sounds either, but I really couldn't change anything about my voice. It's just what it is what it is. Yeah. And honestly, though, also, I think this was a thing that I thought about later, which is like people's laughs do change over time. Like, my laugh now is not what my laugh sounded like in like high school, or at least like starting off in high school. I think I started to laugh like this maybe like my senior year or like freshman year of college. But like laughs do sort of evolve over time. I now occasionally do like a wheezing laugh. I used to never do a wheezing laugh ever before. And so like so part of me is like, your laugh does change. It's not even, it's a laugh. It's not a big deal. Like I'm not saying like I want to like, I don't know. Like I feel like there are more drastic things that could have been said. So for me to be, I don't know, to think that some people took such offense to it, I thought was very surprising. And again, there could be other reasons for that. Maybe it's like they're insecure about their laughs, and so like hearing me say that, maybe that like brought up something in them, like maybe that's it, and that's like then a different situation entirely. But I think looking at it, I was like, this feels odd. It wasn't until like a week or two after that I really thought about it, because I was like, we have not seen X person in a bit. And then I was like, we haven't also seen these people. Huh. And then I thought about it more and more, and I was like, the last stream they were in was the stream where we were talking about that. And then also, like, after when we went emote only mode, we were in emote only for like about 30 minutes, I think. Maybe not even that long. I don't actually remember. But they did not come back after that. And so I think that was like a, cue. Maybe maybe part of it is like they did not like how I handled the conflict that was going back and forth. I kind of was like, let's just move past it. I'm not going to like argue, who's right and who's wrong. I don't think that's like helpful. So I'm like, let's just emote only. Let's just focus on the game. I forgot what game we were playing. Maybe they didn't like that. Maybe they would have preferred that I like took more of a direct approach and said, let's do this or that. I addressed it in the Discord. If you guys there, I sent a message in the Discord that was like, hey, just a reminder, like we can have debates and stuff, but let's be like respectful to each other. I don't remember if you guys recall that. It's still there in the announcements. I do think you guys responded to that one. I think, as we were talking about earlier, I think you guys did react to that one. That was in response to that, and I think that was like my way of sort of addressing that more. And I think I like to write those stuff out because it gives me time to like think about what I want to say and whatever. But so I don't know if that was it. Like maybe they were just like, I don't like that you just threw it into emote only mode and didn't fully like address it. But I don't know. Let me catch up. What does the baby computer call his father? I don't know. I have no idea. Imagine letting chat self-regulate. When I disagreed with you earlier this stream, I meant it, but also self-deprecation is a huge theme here, and that's what I love about it. I still think you're a good storyteller. Yeah, thank you, Joss. Self-deprecation is like my go-to. So I don't know, like I think it's very funny. I think I have more of a dry sense of humor. I like listening to people who have a dry sense of humor. I think it's funny. I think it's very funny to me. I don't know why. If you guys ever watched Freakazoid, if you guys remember that cartoon Freakazoid, there was a character who was called Deadpan. I think it I remember, and it was like a very random side character that would come up, and I don't remember, like, I feel like it was a woman. I can't remember, but they spoke with like a very monotone voice the entire time, and they would occasionally say things that were very funny. I would laugh so much, as a kid, with this character because of the delivery and all of that. It was so good. But I just always like dry sense of humor, and I feel like self-deprecation kind of can fall into that a little bit. But yeah, I think self-deprecation is funny, and I would rather, in most situations, make fun of myself than make fun of other people. Because I think, like, it feels safer that way, you know. Like I know I'm not going to accidentally say something about a different person. Like I'm not going to accidentally say something to you that is like something that you're insecure about, or you know, whatever. I don't know. I that's just, it's why I can make fun of myself, is because I know my limits, I guess. I don't know. And whether or not I feel that way, like legitimately, I think it's still fine, because I think, I don't know. It's still, I'm making light of it with humor and stuff. I don't know. I think that it works for me. And again, I understand that it's not everyone's humor. Like, that's fine. I would say, like, I am not, as I have said multiple times, I'm not everybody's streamer. That's why, luckily, there are like thousands of streamers out there. I don't actually know the full number, but there's a lot of them. You will find the person that you like. There is a community that is perfect for you. If it's here, wonderful. I would love that. But if it's not here, that's also fine because you have so many choices. So like I am very much aware that I am not everybody's cup of tea, and that's really fine. It's extra funny that the most laid-back, family-friendly stream will forever have a fight about a laugh be the thing that pushed people at ends. That's exactly what I was thinking. Barometer was right. That is 100% my reaction. I was like, what? Like, we literally, like, I feel like we keep things so chill here, and I think almost some people, like, not that they don't like that, but I do think sometimes people are like, I don't know. It's just funny. I think some people would prefer if sometimes we were like edgier or something every once in a while. Like I think so, usually new people that get excited when I say, "Oh, it's a Jet After Dark," and they're like, "Oh," and then I'm like, "It's literally the same. It's just that we're playing a game that's a little bit more intense." But anyway, so I don't know. It's just funny to me because I'm like, I feel like if you were to go to almost anybody else's stream, that's not necessarily true. But like, if you went to a lot of other people's streams, the conversations and stuff that they're joking about would be a lot more intense and more divisive, I think, than me joking about not liking my laugh and then like reading the WikiHow on how to change your laugh and then finding. Like, I tried mimicking Timo's laugh for a bit, and, like, I don't know. I was very surprised, I think. But again, there could have been other stuff going on. It's hard for me to know. All I can do is, like I've said multiple times in the past, the only thing I can do as a streamer is like, I can only learn if you guys give me feedback, sort of. And sometimes it's like the silence is feedback, right? So it's like, okay, if I'm playing a game and nobody is talking the entire time, maybe they're not enjoying it. Like that's sort of what that's what I take from it. Or like if, you know, I get hyped up about like, oh, there's like I'm gonna do the special event thing, and then like nobody's hyped about it, then it's like, okay, so all right, this is going to fail. I can only tell based on y'all's interaction, I guess, because I'm not seeing y'all's faces. I can't like read your expressions. I'm a laugh stealer. My laugh will mold to whoever I spend the most time with. Yeah, and I think that's kind of what happened to my laugh over time. Is I've learned laughs from people. I think like I'm sure the wheezing thing came about from probably watching a streamer or two a lot and then kind of picking up on that. Finding it difficult to get my mind around how you joking about changing your laugh should really offend anyone but you, but to each their own, I guess. Yeah, I think that's also like, people are going to have different levels of comfort. And again, if you are uncomfortable by a conversation, that is fine. That is totally valid. It is also totally okay to not watch the stream. There are better streamers out there, lot better streamers out there, and you will have more fun elsewhere. Whether that's a permanent thing or just for that stream, it is, totally up to you. But I think what was more surprising was that it was like multiple people, I think, that left. More so, because like, obviously, there are plenty of people who have not returned over the years, over 4 years of streaming. There are many people who have not returned from a stream. A lot of that is like based on the game we were playing. Maybe they were only interested in that game, or they kind of like grew out of the channel or whatever. Very like natural things. But it was very much like it was this stream, it was this cause, multiple people leaving and whatever. So I was like, interesting. It does not maybe change anything. I will, for those who are curious, I have not, like, my self-deprecation has not changed. I still would like to change my laugh. If I could, I would. If it was just that simple, sure. I still think that stream was funny. So like none of that has like none of them leaving or whatever has not affected the stream in any way. But it has been sort of like a thought every once in a while, just like, that is so random to me. I don't really know if I fully understand why. And I think maybe that's because as a viewer, I think I know, like, if I'm watching a streamer that I like and either they start playing a game that I'm not like super interested in, like, I guess as an example, like Dex Bonus, I think would be a good example because I don't know them personally. Dex Bonus is a partnered Twitch streamer, ambassador, whatever. I would say like towards the top. Plays lots of lovely games. One of my favorite streamers. There are plenty of times where she plays a game that I'm not super interested in, and since I have no like personal connection, I don't feel like I need to watch those streams, right? And so I just don't. Or like if I watch a lot of her VODs, and so it's like also if then she's talking about a topic that I don't really care about, I can just skip ahead. Like I don't ever take it personally if I disagree with her about something or whatever. So I don't know. I think it's just the way I consume media is then it can be kind of surprising when I'm like, I mean, it makes sense that other people have different ways that they consume media, but like it is surprising to me that multiple people were like, this is the last straw. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. I cannot handle you talking about your laugh this way. I remember that post, and then I forgot to check about the VOD because I'm nosy. No, you're totally fine. Yeah, like if their laugh is similar to yours, and so if you think your laugh is bad, that means maybe like that could have been a thing, but I don't know. I would say it was less about the laugh and more about the conflict resolution. As heated as things got, I could see I can't believe they didn't see my side kind of thing. That could also be possible. I think the only thing I said when we came back is like, you know, kind of like I think I played both sides, sort of like. I can see it both ways, but I think it's fine if you don't want to change something about you. It's also fine if you do. They gave us a setup. We got no punchline. That totally makes sense. The only thing I could come up with is, data. That could be it. Sassy. I like it. Were you there for the laugh war of 2024? I feel like it's something that is going to be an iconic stream now for me, but I think it's maybe not for a good reason. The rhyme makes it easier to remember. Look, so long as you're not Logan Paul or Mr. Beast, you're doing plenty good enough. Thank you, Sasaki. You definitely don't need to worry about offending anyone. Yeah, I feel like that's like we're very inoffensive here. I think, I think other people's streams tend to be way more intense and offensive, or like there's the possibility to be offended is much higher in other people's streams than mine. And so I just thought it was funny that I was like, what? I don't get why this is such a big deal. I guess I don't know. You're legitimately my cup of tea. Thank you, Vix. I'm only ever not here because you started too late, and I'm either already asleep or just going to bed and too tired to be social. And that totally makes sense. I'll never not be here because I don't like you. Thank you, Vix. I appreciate that. Did the sound disappear or is it me? Did the sound disappear? Think it's you refresh? No issues here with sound? That's good because I've just been talking this entire time. It's me. My PC just decided sound isn't a thing. Oh, no. And remembered sound exists. Yay! I changed my mind. I do like Halloween costumes now. Dead were mortal enemies. I've always wanted beef with a streamer, so perfect. This is it. This is the other camel and the other straw on its back. Gosh. We need a badge to remember it by. I tend to have a thing where if I'm really close to a streamer and given our history with Square, I count you in streamers I'm close to, and they upset me to a point I want to leave. I talk to them and try to resolve it first. Yeah, for sure. And again, sometimes like part of it is like maybe they just need time away. Maybe they just need time to reset. Like, and that's totally fine. Maybe they will never come back. That's also fine. Again, I have said it many times, many times, and I 100% mean it. Like, there are plenty of streamers out there. I'm not everybody's streamer. I think that's also part of the self-deprecation of... I think that was also part of it is like, I don't know. When people don't get my self-deprecation, I'm like, it's literally the tagline. Fourth favorite streamer. Like that's a self-deprecating joke right there. So from the get-go, like it sets the tone of what to expect here. But I don't know. I think anyway, I'm not everyone's favorite streamer. I am very possibly speaking to all of you. At some point, you guys might get very tired of my stream. You are more than welcome to find other people. That is, I mean, your choice as a viewer. That is like the power the viewer has, is moving on, finding a streamer that you prefer more. Again, I'm very open and willing to say there are plenty of wonderful streamers out there that are much, much better than me. I think we do some things okay to good here, that other people do even so much better. And so I feel like, you know, please watch what you enjoy. And if the stream is not something you enjoy, that is totally fine. So like, I get people like wanting to move on or whatever, but again, I think the part that I find sort of like intriguing, kind of funny, kind of confusing is also like, so that was it? Like, that's what made you guys leave is the stream, the laugh stream? I don't know. That just seems so wild to me. But again, people are very different than me, so I don't know. I think that is also where maybe a difference in like, I feel like that is something where someone would have a lot of social anxiety over, or like would have a lot of anxiety over that. That this is a situation I do not really have anxiety over. I am very much like, well, whatever. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if they feel offended by it or something, I don't know if I feel sorry because I don't see what could have been offensive about it. If anything, I should be the one to be offended by it because I'm the one making fun of myself. But I don't know. I guess I don't feel bad. I'm just sort of like, whatever. I think it was funny. I still think it's funny. People in chat thought it was funny. There were other people who were laughing along with us, so it's like, it wasn't like a massive outcry of people like, chat, no. Like it wasn't anything like that. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm offended by you not offending us on a personal level. I wouldn't mind shirts so we could choose sides. Are you guys, today's a day, Jet and I are forever on opposite sides of lines in the sand. Are you guys team laugh change or team laugh stay the same? I don't know. It should be reversible. Yeah, there you go. So you can change sides on a whim. I think that's a good thought. I think my cat is having a nightmare. He just growled in his sleep. Oh boy. I hope your cat's okay. Fourth favorite streamer is brilliant. Thank you, Tap. That was like day one, I'm pretty sure. It's not very, very early on, like within the month of me streaming, for sure. That was my tagline. But I think that was like really early on. Because anyway, I think it's hilarious. I think I'm very funny at times. So I know a lot of people don't think that way based on the reaction to some of my jokes where I'm like, why are they not laughing? This is actually hilarious. Oh, side note, nobody commented on the last Echoes of Wisdom stream title, but it was honestly incredible. I made the pun of highly unlikely, like Hylian. Anyway, you see, that's one of those times where I'm like, that's an amazing joke. So I'm hilarious. It's everyone else who's wrong. Mine had a nightmare a couple days ago. Was dead asleep, and then hissed out of nowhere. Ooh, spicy. I don't think I knew about the stance on costumes. Tab and I were just saying that we don't really we're not big Halloween people. And so we're not really big Halloween costume people. But now Tab has decided to change sides. So we're beefing. He's definitely had nightmares in the past. His fur all sticks up all along his back when he does. And then when he wakes up, he just wants all the cuddles. Aw. but it's hard to tell if his fur is sticking out because he's wearing a onesie because of his allergies. Oh, that's kind of adorable though. I prefer to watch you fumbling your way through a game than watch someone pro edit, but that's just me. I don't want to watch the best in the world streamers. Well, that's good, because yeah, we will definitely stumble our way through it. The only way to stream is to 100% be your 100% yourself and let people take it or leave it. I think that's very true, Suzaki, and that's something that I've always wanted to. I've tried to always do. I think obviously I'm like on stream I am a heightened version of myself. Like I'm trying to entertain, and so like I am talking out loud when I'm playing a game. That's not something I do off stream. I try to say some things in a funny way or like in a way that I think will get a reaction. But like I am for the most part myself. I think a lot of people, like I've said this to the Aussies and I've said this on stream, like I think if someone were to meet me in person, they'd probably say Jet's a lot quieter in person than I realized. And that's because like in social settings, I tend to like to listen and observe and like ask questions and then just kind of listen to the response and whatever. But I knew going into this that I could never not like be myself. I wouldn't be able to be those like, I can't force myself to be like a super hyped streamer. I can like, us doing the big gifter is pretty much the most I can muster. And for any length of time. I would not be able to keep the energy level that like people do. And that is why, oh, look at Birdie, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. That is why, Dex Bonus, I mentioned her earlier. Dex Bonus is one of my favorite streamers because watching her, I was like, she seems very genuine. Like, what she is being right now seems very genuine to me. Like, I don't think, like, she's very relaxed, but she does get she gets more hype than I do, I think, about certain things. But she, I would say, hold on, let me get these shout outs, is being more genuine than not. And so, and by watching her VODs, that's what made me think, oh, maybe I could start streaming, because like if this is sort of the like energy and vibe that she's kind of going off of, then maybe that's something I can do. Because most streamers I had seen before that were the ones that are like Ninja and whatever, who are like so hyped up and like, you know, yo chat, blah blah blah. Like, that's just not me. I can't do that. That's not that's not gonna happen. I can barely even joke in that way because it's so disparate from my current, you know, let's go. Yeah, I can't, like, I had to put on a voice even like when I say that, because it's just not I don't know. It's just so not me. But Raiders, welcome in. I hope you had a wonderful stream. We're kind of talking about some meta stuff, like just some general Twitch stuff, some things about my stream and whatever. So we're kind of just having a nice little chat. But welcome in. I hope you're having a great day. How was your stream, Birdie? I didn't see it, or I would have. Thank you, Joss. Why are they not laughing? It says specifically so in the simulated conversation I had. I think I think sometimes I'm like, I hope they see the stream title. But then I think some of it is also like, I hope, because all this goes directly into the VOD, and the stream title is what the VOD title is. And so I'm like, maybe someday somebody will look at the VOD, like some random person will find the VOD and be like, oh, this is a funny title. I feel like also, though, unfortunately, I feel like I make my titles unsearchable because of that. Not good for SEO, the pun titles. I adore your titles. I've been avoiding stream because of Zelda spoilers, but I still see the titles and love it. Thank you, Tap. I appreciate that. That makes me happy. Am I out of touch? No, it's chat that's wrong. I saw it, laughed to myself, and immediately forgot about it. Yeah, that's totally fair. I think a lot of people do see the title, but they just kind of move on. They're like, oh, it's another pun. People left because of the laugh, but no one left for being referred to as chat. Yeah. Even though we've had that conversation before, that people don't like being referred to as chat. The title deserved more. I agree, Joss. I agree. It's a great pun. 100% the same. Oh yes, your stream self can be different to your off-stream self, but it's still got to be yourself. Yes. Otherwise, you just end up tying yourself in knots and exhausting yourself. And yeah, I think we've talked about this because like watching Tap stream, I did not realize that he was introverted. Because I feel like Tap, you come across as very like, I don't know. I feel like you're in your element when you're on stream a bit. Like, you're very funny, you're very entertaining, and talkative. And so I think I just wouldn't have picked that up. And then I know we've had conversations on stream and off stream about you being introverted, and obviously us talking about anxiety and all that sort of stuff. So it's like we're a heightened version of ourselves. But yeah, I would say that I am like, I feel like there are some things that, like for example, hopefully when I go to Australia, we're 50-something% of the way there, 58. I've told them, like, I think there are some things that they will see and they'll be like, oh yeah, Jet's like this always. Like, clearly like, there are going to be some things that seem very natural based on what they've seen on stream. But I think there will be a lot of things that they'll be like, oh, like, I might be a little bit quieter, or, I don't know. I'm very inquisitive with people, and so I ask a lot of questions. I can't really do that on stream. Like, I try to ask you guys questions, but like, there's a delay and all of that, so it's like not quite the same sort of deal. I think one of the first times I was chatting with YV and we were talking, and I was asking him like a lot of questions. I think he was like, I feel like I'm in an interview right now. And I'm like, I'm sorry. It's what I'm like. I just love asking questions. And I actually like listen. Like I'm not just asking questions for the sake of asking questions. Like I do care about the answers and like sort of piece things together. It's the detective part of my mind, which is like why we play a lot of detective games and mystery games and stuff. Like that's very much a part of my personality. I always make the joke that anyone who sees me here has heard me speak more in 2 minutes than they ever will in a night out. It seems so wild to me. Also because you have a great voice, Tap. I think your voice is just very easy to listen to. So that's funny to me. I would definitely be asking you too many questions. I think in person, and you'd be like, "Please stop! Please stop with this." But welcome in, Raiders, and again, oh look at Birdie, thank you so much for the raid. How's Apex? Birdie, a nerdy streamer who loves birds and science, based in the UK, Ireland, or Northern Ireland. They're often spotted playing Apex Legends. No recent wildlife streams, but maybe they'll take flight with some nature content soon. We have a nature stream on Sunday. Perfect. There we go. I had someone recently tell me that they've only heard me say like 2 sentences. I've known them for a while now. Oh no. I can only handle super hype people for so long. My students are so hyperactive and loud that I need chill people on my downtime. Yeah. I'm kind of the same way. Like, I tend to do better with personalities that are more like chill, but I think what it is, I do better with people who I think are being genuine. If I get a bit of a sniff at all that like they're putting on some kind of face or persona, I will immediately be distrusting of them, which is maybe says something about me. That says more about me than whatever. But like because I can deal with some hype people, but I think I have to know that they are being genuine, that they're not just doing that because like they feel like they need to fulfill that role in a social group, or like aren't that they're not just putting on a face. Like I can kind of deal with that, because I have some friends that are more like hyperactive, I would say, but I think I am friends with them because I know they're being themselves. So I don't know. I think that's maybe the difference, and I would much rather watch someone though who's probably a little bit more chill, but I have watched people who are more hype, but I think those people, I have watched them because they're genuine. Like I think that's what their actual personality is, versus like that's what they feel like they need to be on stream. If I get that, then I'm like, I'm out. I can't be here. It's just really hard for me to watch. SEO, nah. Yeah, it's just we're all jokes here until people leave. I'm excited for the next stream title. Dust yourself off and try again. Honestly, I might make it that. IRL, I'm in the corner and quiet. Yeah, that's so surprising to me, Tap. Jet, let's unpack that, Paul. Oh, goodness, I love that. Let's unpack that. That's actually great because I wanted to be a counselor for a bit. So, so I think that honestly, that sounds like something I would say. Let's unpack that. But yeah, I don't know. I would be, you see, in a party situation, Tap, I am also in the corner, but I am in the corner with like one or two other people, and I just talk to them the entire time. Shady, welcome in, Shady. How are you? We're having some meta conversations. And it's Northern Ireland. Okay, perfect. Apex was fun. We tried the newest share chat thing on Twitch. Oh, very cool. With my good friend Ginny Weasley09, and they were annoyed that I didn't raid them. Oh no. Well, I hope Ginny is also having a wonderful stream. Bell. Me when I see William Bell. That's love me some REM. Yeah, in a party situation, Tab, I am also in the corner. I'm with usually one or two other people, and I only talk to them the entire time. But I am talking to them and asking them questions. I think that is, again, I think much to their chagrin. I don't know if they necessarily enjoy that, but I am, that is very much my thing. Interesting you choose to go low Shay high, D high instead of, I don't even know how I would say that. Chromatic descent. Well, I mean, don't Aussies typically have an inflection that goes like up on the at the end anyway? So it's like shady. Is that how you would say that? I don't even know. Does that sound right? Like falling off a cliff. Shady. Oh, I see. Yeah. I see what you mean. I thought you were talking about like where the inflection was. The emphasis. But anyway, and if I will say this not full disclosure. What's the word? What am I trying to say? I will say, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I will say this. If, of course, in the future, if any people who have left because of that laugh stream do come back and they say something about it, I trust you all to not, like, you know, don't badger them. Don't say like, why did you leave? Or like, I can't believe you left because of that. Like, don't do any of that. Don't make it weird, right? Many of those people, I hope they come back because a lot of them were fantastic people. It was not like, you know, they were, what did I miss? The long story short of it was a couple months ago, we had a stream where I was joking about not liking my laugh, and we talked about it for a long time, and I thought it was very funny. Since that stream, we've actually had a lot of people leave and not come back because of that. And I was kind of telling everyone that we had not talked about it. I have talked about it with some other streamers since then. Because we were talking about just some meta things about the channel, I was like, should I tell you guys about this? Why not? I'll go ahead and bring it up. So I was just kind of letting everyone know that I at least noticed that there was a bunch of people like left. They left the Discord very unhappy with that stream and all of that. So, and again, I don't necessarily fully understand their reasoning or like why they would take that so seriously and all that, why that would be sort of the straw that breaks the camel's back or whatever. Because again, I found it very I found it very inoffensive. What stream was this? It was like 2 months ago, maybe. I don't remember what we were playing, but your laugh. Yeah, I was saying that I don't like my laugh, and then I joked about changing my laugh, and we looked up different laughs, and I was like trying to mimic them, and like we read a WikiHow, and like there was a WikiHow on how to change your laugh, and so I like read all the steps and all that. So some people though, since that stream, have not been back. They left the Discord, all of that. Maybe there were too many references to Teemo. Jumio, welcome in. How are you? Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they really hate Teemo. But we were just kind of talking about that. But all of that to say, what I was saying here at the end is, if any of those people do come back, if for some reason they bring it up, I really doubt they would. I really doubt they would say, hey, I'm back since their last stream, or I left because of that. But if they do, as Tap said, don't make it weird, you know, welcome them back, etc., etc. You know, like, don't look down on them for having left or whatever. Again, people are more than willing, or more than encouraged to leave and like go watch other people if you don't find this entertaining. If you're not liking the game we're playing or whatever, I trust you guys to, again, because this is strictly a form of entertainment, watch things that you're entertained by. So like, you know, that is the main purpose of the stream, is to entertain you.
This
Gothic Lady, welcome in. How are you?
Will soon be your favorite
so
stream.
yeah, that's sort of the like, you know, that I you know, plenty of people were here only for Animal Crossing, have not been back since. I don't blame them. You know, plenty of people came in for Final Fantasy, and they haven't been back since. I don't blame them. Like, that's just like that's just the variety streamer situation. But also, like, I don't know. I go through seasons of watching different people too. So like, I don't blame them. Hi Tamer. Yeah, we're not like, yeah, don't be mean to them. Don't, you know, I don't think any of you would. I just wouldn't want anyone to be like, say like a sarcastic response to, you know, them. Just whatever. We'll move on. We'll just say, welcome back. I'm glad that you're back. They're clearly working through some stuff. Yeah, and it could be, again, they could have, what they're working through could have been, do I like Jet? Yes or no? And they could have said no. That could have been it. They worked through it real fast. But it's like, yeah, you know, just be nice. I think most of you guys are. Again, we have a wonderful community, and like I feel like the people who have stuck around over the years, especially, are all very kind and welcoming to people. So like, I don't think, you know, anyone would go out of their way to be mean, but I guess don't say anything sarcastic about it. It could just, you know, well, I am mentioning this to you guys because, you know, one, we were talking about meta stuff anyway, and it's now been a couple months, so it's like kind of past and whatever, but so it's kind of funny now, I guess. I mean, I found it funny even then, but I don't know what type of streamer I enjoy watching most. I prefer chill to anything, because loud is too much, but some I've watched that are the right mix of loud and chill, but I don't know how to explain that to people because I don't really know what it is, what is the right mix. I just know they are the right mix when I meet them. Yeah, I agree. Again, Dex bonus, love watching her stream. She's, again, more hype than me, I would say, overall, and it's a bit louder, but, like, it just comes across as very genuine, and it is also a good mix, I think, of like, kind of chill, relaxing conversation, and then her just laughing super loud about whatever, or having a good time about whatever, so... but yeah, I don't remember what stream it was. I don't even remember what we were playing, but it was I think August, maybe late August. I don't remember. Actually, you'd be able to find out because I made an announcement in the Discord that was sort of like, hey, you know, something about debates. Like, we can debate, but like be respectful to other people. Whatever day that was, look at the day before, because I posted that I think the day after. Look at the day before, and then you'd be able to figure out what stream. You could look at the VODs on our YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's there. youtube.com/jetpackpaul. It's only the VODs. Oh, there's some older stuff, but don't watch those. This sounds amazing. Maybe they were just expecting more ventriloquism. I should have done it through the hand puppet. That's what I was missing. Getting owned by Timo leaves a lasting impression. So true. Don't laugh at them. Exactly. Hey, you person, welcome. Checks notes. Is this why I haven't seen OP once? Oh, Opons in forever? No. What if it was like Opons was the person? But it was multiple people. So it was quite a few. So I don't know. There were. I think that's, again, that's the most surprising bit, I think, to me, was that it's like multiple people who were like, I don't like this. I strictly watch things that upset me. That's why I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Oh no. Plenty of people were here just for Sherlock Chapter 1 and now won't leave. Shady. Shady, are you speaking from personal feelings? Sherlock 1 is still fully downloaded, sitting on my desktop. I'll get to it soon. Joss, you should. On a completely unrelated topic, did you see that Europa was released today? I did, and I got a key for it. So we will be playing that very soon. At some point. I don't even know. I don't know when. Fairly certain it was, oh, it might have been Arco. Maybe it was just Arco being Depresso. I don't know. Yes, it was, because I joined that time. Okay, so if you were here for that, Calyx, then it must have been Arco. Also, I mentioned earlier, we were talking about some of my favorite games of the year, and I was like, Arco is definitely one of them. I don't think I'm following on YouTube. It's okay. Again, it's just the VODs. So it's like, if you've been here, you're not missing anything, really. Like, you're probably seeing all of it, but it's like, it's there for people who are like, want to either rewatch something that they've missed or whatever. I don't check it. Occasionally I'll get a comment. The last comment was someone talking about my hair. They didn't like it. So, do listen to him. Watch all the older Jet videos. Oh no. Didn't this start as a combo about less chatting at the start of streams, and now we're 3 hours in? Well, I did mention it was going to be Monday through Thursday. We're doing less chatting before the game, and then like we're just like maybe 15 minutes of welcoming in and then popping into the game. But Fridays would kind of be a return to form, like we would talk for an hour and then whatever. But look at us now. We've only chatted for 3 hours and 20 minutes. Unfortunately, stream is about to end because I need to go. But let's see. You were playing Arco according to the Discord. Perfect. Thank you, Vix. Okie dokie, I gotta head out. Thanks so much for the chats and meta talk. Always a good time. Tab, thank you so much for being here. Very much appreciate you. Thank you for also being a compatriot in the overthinking and social anxiety. The moon, Europa. There is a game called Europa. It looks so good. Very much, Birdie Raid, Hanana, welcome in. How are you? I thank you for the lurk. What was I gonna say? Oh, Europa. It's a very it's a game that's inspired by. The visuals seem to be inspired by, like, Studio Ghibli. Yes, Jupiter didn't like its laugh and kicked it out. But a follow's a follow. Get those numbers, baby. Thank you, Joss. I will check. I'm sure when next time I open up YouTube, I will check to see if I have a new follow there. A Jet classic, perfect. No notes. Hashtag be more like Tap. If you don't like his laugh, just say so. That's what it is. That's why he's leaving. Unbelievable. At least he said goodbye. But anyway, friends, that's kind of us for today. We might do a bonus stream tomorrow. It just depends how I feel. But we might do one, and then which case we'll actually play some Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, because I actually planned on getting started maybe about hour or 2 hours ago, something like that. But I appreciated the conversations, and I hope you guys did too. I hope I don't mind talking about meta stuff. I try not to do it too often because I feel like that might be annoying. But I hope you guys at least appreciated that insight. Like I said, I'd mentioned the laughing thing to a couple of other streamers, and all of them have found it kind of humorous, I think, or were also very confused along with me. So I was like, I'm glad I'm not the only one who was like a little bit, confused by this. Perfect timing because I'm going out to dinner soon. Perfect. And then who needs Zelda anyway? Right. I'm sure a lot of people here were like excited about it. This was fun. I'm glad I popped in. Sasaki, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for bringing your peeps here. I'm glad you got to hang out with us while we chatted about that stuff. It's Canadian Thanksgiving. Oh, it is. Oh, that's interesting. So I'm hoping this doesn't mess up my ability to keep my streak going. Do you guys have Monday off, or is it today that you guys had off? Or both? Chatting is fun sometimes. It is fun, right? Just sometimes. We have Monday off. Nice. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought there was is Monday off too. Oh, you have Monday off? Why is that sassy? Columbus Day, Arbor Day, interesting. All next week off? Goodness. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So we will end here. We get Monday off too. It's so weird because I work from home and am like a contract worker. I just work all the time. So I don't know when days off are on holidays. I'm just like, I'll be working. That's it. Monday, I just find that I'm busy with with family stuff, so weekend streams are harder to catch. True. Well, I don't know if I will or not. It has yet to be decided, but we might do that. I'll let you guys know. I'll actually message you guys in the Discord this time and tell you that if I'll be streaming or not. Like today we just started. For those who have not joined the Discord, if you would like to, there is your link to join the Discord. It takes you to my website, and then there's a link over there. We get Monday off because I live in a country with awesome employment laws, so I get paid annual leave. That's awesome, Sasaki. I don't know how I said it. Sasaki. They really did miss a trick not calling the Zelda game The Legend of Link, though, given how many Legend Zelda has had when you play Link. That would be funny. Arbor Days in April. Very close. I'll be sure to react in the Discord a little extra. Thank you, Joss. Very kind of you. Okay, let me give our thank yous. We'll actually raid out today. We'll raid Hannah Na, since she just started streaming. She's actually playing Zelda, not Echoes of Wisdom. She's playing Tears of the Kingdom. So you guys can actually watch someone play Zelda. Amazing. Incredible. Imagine. All right, real quick, Brad, thank you so much for the 21 months. Thank you so much for resubscribing, my friend. Paulin Around, thank you so much for the resub as well for the 15 months. Caffeine Kangaroo.
Thanks, friend.
Thank you for the follow.
Bam.
Vix for the
Lady
resub
Panda
for
gifted
30
a tier
months.
1
Thank you
sub
so
to the
much.
Saizaki.
Tab for the
They have
resub
given
for 15
117
months.
gift
Thank you for
subs
being
in
a
the channel.
Prime gamer. Sasaki for the raid. Oh, look, a birdie for the raid. Gothic Lady for the follow. Thank you so much for coming in. And Sassy, thank you for gifting a sub to Sasaki. I appreciate it. Hannah might be here for my raid. Yeah, she just came in. And then was like, lurk. Because I was like, I thought I got a notification that she went live. And she did. I pitched the Zelda of Legend. I loved it. That actually would have been very like a nice twist on the name, I think. I forgot I resubbed. Yes, you did, my friend. And Gilmore, welcome in. We're actually just heading out. You're very welcome. Enjoy the amazing emotes. Thank you for complimenting my emotes. But friends, we're gonna raid out. Gilmore, I hope you're having a great day. Fantastic day. Let's see here. Perfect. It even suggests her as a raid. But friends, I don't really have a raid thing. If you want, you can, if you have our emotes, you can throw some fist bumps in the chat. If you don't have our emotes, you can do, what is it? Only you. This is the new global emote. You can throw some only yous in chat for some reason. Just mostly because I feel like nobody knows it exists. It's new as of today. So that's a new global emote, Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. So if you want, if we have our emotes, we can throw fist bumps in the chat. If not, throw some only yous in there. That'll really mix it up. I will not be able to follow the raid. I have to go do some stuff. Chat later, y'all. Brad, I hope you have a great day. Let us go ahead and get this going. But yeah, friends, that is all I have for you. Tomorrow, maybe a stream. I'll let you guys know in the Discord. We'll kind of see how I'm feeling. But besides that, next week, Steam Next Fest. And so I wish POTU was universal. That would be incredible. Next week is Steam Next Fest. We're going to be playing a bunch of demos. So if you like watching me play a bunch of games per stream, that'll be a wonderful time for you all. And that's really it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.